It is time for some Tuesday hockey here at Steve Cady Arena at the Goggin Ice Center on the campus of Miami University in Oxford, Ohio. The Miami RedHawks and the Mercyhurst Lakers will close out the second half of a home-and-home series here this afternoon, this evening, whatever you want to call it, in Oxford, Ohio. With Luke Westpoli, Patrick Geshan with you, back for a new year of Miami hockey here on Red Hawk Radio. All right, Luke, so two things for me coming into 2022 for Miami. Number one, can they take any momentum from the game 23 days ago when they beat Mercyhurst 7-4 in Erie? Can they ride momentum into 2022 from that? Number two, what does this team look like in a new year? Have they changed anything at all? Has the break impacted them at all?
Yeah, and I think when you look at teams overall, just in general, that have struggled in the early part of their season as much as Miami has, you kind of look for certain points in the season like this one where you can kind of reset, get a couple of weeks off, and like you mentioned, try to build some momentum towards that back half of the season and really just try to reinvigorate your squad, and that opportunity presents itself here today.
Should be an interesting one. Mercyhurst and Miami, the Lakers and the RedHawks in the second meeting of the season, third all-time here this afternoon or evening, whatever you want to call it. 6 o'clock, what is that, afternoon or evening?
I think it's probably evening.
All right, this evening we'll say here at Goggin Ice Center.
Fair enough.
Starting lineups, national anthem. Let's join Scott Schreiber in the public address here at Steve Cady Arena.
Center, 26, Pierce Crawford. And starting at right wing, number 238, Dante Sheriff. And the rest of the Lakers. Mercyhurst is coached by Associate Head Coach Greg Gardner and Assistant Coach Matt Nicholson. Ladies and gentlemen, the head coach of the Lakers is Rick Gottka. For the playing of our national anthem.
Miami and Mercyhurst here on a Tuesday night from Steve Cady Arena, the Goggin Ice Center in Oxford. It is the first Tuesday home game for Miami in my recent memory, in my lifetime.
Yeah, it's been a little while. I remember every couple of years it seemed like they'd play a series during the week, but yeah, for sure not often. And these Tuesday single sets are really weird, but nonetheless, a good way to start off your year. Just one game, only one thing to focus on, and
hey, we're here, and we're glad to be here.
Absolutely.
Hank Johnson in net for Mercyhurst to start, the grad student from Minneapolis, 6'1", 175 this season, making his 12th appearance, .874 save percentage, 4.34 goals against, 3-5-2 record for Hank Johnson. Ludwig Pearson will start in the Red Hawk net, sophomore from Hinda, Sweden, 6'1", 184. Pearson's 14th start of the year, 14th appearance. He's 3-9-1, 3.75 goals against, .883 save percentage for Ludwig. Redhawks in the alternate white uniforms, Miami across the front in script. It's that pinstripe look. So they have the red numbers on the back with the red names, the red numbers on each shoulder, the red pants and red socks. And Mercyhurst is wearing their forest green uniforms, so the Mercyhurst across the front in white, and the white names and white numbers on the back. Referees are Brian Hankinson, Joe Sullivan, Eric Frank, Logan Belgraf work the lines. Redhawks move right to left across the radio in our first period, and the game is on from Oxford. Miami wins the face-off at center ice to get us going. Quickly works it deep into the Mercyhurst zone. Far corner, a putt played in front of the net, went off the stick of Monty Graham of Miami, and Mercyhurst able to take control, work it out of their own end. Feed to the left wing over the Red Hawk line. There is number 26 in green. That's Pierce Crawford. Puck went in front of him, went to that far corner. Crawford picks it up, feeds to the line, a left point shot. Gloved down by Pearson, deflected in behind the net from Cade Townend. Far half wall, Mercyhurst with it here. Spin around shot for the left point. Wide off the stick of Austin Heidemann, their team's leading scorer. Goes to the far corner. Dante Sheriff on it for Mercyhurst. Works to the line. Another wide shot right in the net by Townend. Puck kicks off the end boards from that all the way back to the Mercyhurst zone. Redhawks the full five-man change as we are 55 seconds in. Played up the near wing by Mercyhurst into the Redhawk zone as Devon Daniels able to do that work to get it deep into the Miami end. Behind the goal line and behind the Miami net, it's Georgi Fedulov who tried to play it forward. Attempt blocked down by Jack Clement. He's got it far corner in the Red Hawk zone. Goes D-to-D below the goal line. Dylan Moulton back for Clement. On the right wing, Ofina pass up ahead. Caught center circle, but deflected away from Greasock's stick. Mercyhurst gets the turnover. They're over the Red Hawk line. Right wing, Fedulov near circle. Weak shot on the ice. Pat St. Pearson deflected up to the right point. Daniels there could not keep it in for Mercyhurst. The puck back in the Laker end. Fedulov got a feed here in the center circle. Right wing feed. St. Ange over the Red Hawk line. Will shoot it off the blocker of Pearson to the far corner. Puck squirts up high in the Red Hawk zone. They're able to work it out, and it's Fletcher over the Mercyhurst line of the left wing. He'll take it near corner. Bad angle shot on the goal line. Shouldered away there by Johnson. Red Hawks work it near point. Sidard ripped a wrist shot wide left of the net. Took a deflection. Barbolini picks it up. Indirect pass off the far half wall. Right point rip went wide left of the net from Ryquist. Mercyhurst picks it up near corner, and they'll work it out to center on a flip play to the red line. Barbolini with it there for Miami. Slowly enters the Lakers zone over the line on the left wing, but stripped away there in the near circle by Paul Moust. And Moust is up ahead over the Red Hawk line on the right wing. Feeds it to the left side circle, but unable to get a stick on the puck here at Dom. Red Hawks earn the turnover, work it back up the ice. It's Red Savage, fresh back for the World Juniors in Alberta over the Mercyhurst line on the right wing. Tried to dish it back to Bray Crowder. The pass completely missed his stick and went all the way back into the Red Hawk zone behind Pearson's net. Ludwig out to play it, feeds it to the far corner for a pass by Bray Crowder that was sent up through the center circle. Missed Chase Pletzky all the way down for Red Hawk icing. Those score, Mercyhurst leads the shots 5-1 over Miami and 17-13 to go in the first period.
Yeah, pretty good opening sequence for the Lakers on the road. They established their game right from that first shift and got a couple decent scoring chances. Just kind of pounced on Miami, especially in that first shift, and kind of a track meet through the first 3 minutes or so, similar to what we saw in game one between these two teams.
Draw to Pearson's right. Mercyhurst wins it back to the left point. Shot deflected over the net from Josh McDougall. Lakers work it here to the right point. It's Kane. Sends it down the near boards. And as Gergbach will play it in behind the net. With it there was Marco Riefenberger. Then lost it far corner on a Ryan Savage play to get him off the puck. Near corner in the Miami zone, Bray Crowder has it for the RedHawks. Dishes far corner for Ryan Savage, back for Derek Daschke. The team's leading point getter. He played it through the middle of the ice at center, went off a couple Mercyhurst sticks, back into the Lakers zone and in behind the Mercyhurst net. And the Lakers are going to work it here up the right wing, but a clearing attempt blocked down by Clement at the blue line, the Laker blue line right wing. He was stripped of the puck though, and it's sit back in the RedHawks zone. Mercyhurst will dump it to the near half wall. Clement is on it there, kind of all alone as Mercyhurst was trying to change, but getting a call here for an offside on the Lakers. I guess when that puck popped back out, there is a player that never exited the zone, and so we'll get a neutralized draw here. 16:20 left in the opening frame. Patrick Geshan, Luke Westpoley with you on Red Hawk Radio. That's right, Tuesday night hockey. Low score Miami and Mercyhurst completing the home-and-home series that started before the holiday break. Puck in the RedHawks zone behind the Miami net. Moulton plays it up the far half wall. Olmstead can't chip it to center. Second try does. 2-on-1 the other way, Miami. Graham over the Laker line on the right wing. They feed over to the left side, and Cassetti let the puck go under his stick. He was wide open on the left post, had a wide open chance to put it in the net, but the pass never connected. On a 2-on-1. Lakers work it out up the right wing through center ice. Dante Sheriff over the RedHawk line on the right wing will shoot it. Hard one on the ice off the pad of Pearson. Kicks out to the neutral zone. Regas shot it for the RedHawks. Over the Laker line on the right wing. Will take it in behind the Mercyhurst net. Feed to the near circle though. Got picked off there by Heidemann. He lost in the corner. Now it's Barry on it for Miami in the offensive zone. Barry played it behind the net. Kane down and on here for Mercyhurst. The right wing feed and skating up the neutral zone. Norton, the cross corner dump in from the center ice red line right wing to the far side. Reichwitz turned it over far circle, the RedHawks zone, a little backhand shot from the slot, wide left to the net by Steven Ippery of Mercyhurst. Lakers with that far circle, offensive end. It's Fedulov trying to out-muscle Reichwitz. He does for possession of the puck. Norton with it now center blue line, will play it off the far half wall there, back behind the RedHawk net. Reichwitz falls over in the battle trying to win it. Mercyhurst takes control. Right point Norton, a shot top the near circle, get blocked down to traffic in front. They'll swat it to the far side boards. RedHawks will pick it up there, work it out of the zone. It's Matt Barry skating through the center circle. Over the Laker line on the left wing, dished it back for Griesok, top the near circle, but he got stripped away. And when the puck down the ice is Paul Mouse, breakaway in on goal. Mouse, the forehand shot, and Pearson there to shut him down with a pad. As coming in late was Griesok to provide some defense there. A good back check by Griesok. And then the puck went to the far half wall, trickled in on Pearson, who makes the cover with 14:24 to go in the first period. No score, Miami and Mercyhurst. Tuesday night hockey on Red Hawk Radio. We're back in a moment. .24 to go. First period here for Oxford, Ohio. Patrick Geshan, Luke Westpoley with you. High above the ice at Steve Cady Arena in Oxford. Miami and Mercyhurst are completing the second half of their home-and-home series that started on December 12th, 23 days ago, when the RedHawks beat Mercyhurst 7-4 at the Mercyhurst Ice Center. So the draw to the right of Pearson in the RedHawks zone out of the timeout. Miami will work it here behind their net on the face-off win. Daschke rims it around to the near half wall. And then he got reversed and turned over the puck in the near circle, but lucky there to pick it up was Red Savage. He'll skate it out to center ice for the RedHawks. The backhand dump in from the center ice red line right wing. Gets in behind the Mercyhurst net. Lakers here will try to battle and get control. They turn it over though, near circle. Daschke played it near corner, up top Barbolini, and he passed to Red Savage and he scores. Red Savage wide open in the high slot, fired a wrist shot, top right corner on the glove side of Johnson. And the RedHawks on their second shot on goal of the game break the ice to take the 1-0 lead. 13:52 to go in the opening frame.
Yeah, you look at the early goings in the RedHawks in the offensive zone, they were kind of just one step away. They were moving the puck well, but just couldn't make that final pass to get that wide open opportunity. Once they finally get it, Red Savage makes no mistake.
Just back from the World Juniors, but Red Savage and the Team USA only played one game at the tournament in Alberta. It was on December 26th before the tournament was canceled because of COVID. So
Red got ejected in a pre-tournament game too.
Wild stuff. RedHawks here with the puck out the center ice draw. Daskis over the Mercyhurst line to the right wing, fired a shot, blocked down in traffic. Comes up near circle. Hunter a cross ice pass for the right wing inside of his own end for Mercyhurst. It missed its target. And Noah Kane on the left wing through neutral ice. Went a few feet in front of him all the way down for an icing here on the Lakers. 13:15 to go in the first period. And the shots early on, Luke, 7-3, Mercyhurst.
Yeah, Mercyhurst is flying around in the offensive zone right now. They're really doing a great job. They've given up a couple rushes the other way, but offensively it's been pretty good for the Lakers here.
Draw to Johnson's left in the Lakers zone. Bonnie Graham will win it back for Miami. The clean win to the right point. Sinnard off the end board to the far side. Cassetti played it Olmstead top the far circle. He shuffled it in on net. On the ice, Johnson there to cover it up without much trouble, and the draw back to his left with 13:08 to go in the first. In the Mercyhurst zone. Pretty light crowd on hand at Steve Cady Arena. As this Tuesday night 6 o'clock start, most likely hard to make for a lot of people who are working this week. Draw to Johnson's left, another clean win. RedHawks back to the right point. Drasner ripped the wrist shot, pad save. Johnson pops out to center. Mercyhurst 2-on-1. Heidemann over the RedHawk line to the right wing, but he fanned on a wrist shot. En route to Pearson. And the puck kicked back to center ice. RedHawks work it out back to the Mercyhurst zone. It's Watt on it. Turn it over though. Cassetti far half wall, shoots it. Johnson another big pad save for the Lakers. Heidemann on it here. Skates it up the far side of center ice. Dumps it at the center ice red line left wing around the boards in the RedHawk zone. Sheriff picks it up right point. Sends it down below the RedHawk goal line. And Stasky with it here in the far corner for Miami. He hit Cassetti with a pass at center ice. Now Regas showed the Laker line on the right wing. Fired a shot there. Pad save made by Johnson. Puck near side of the Mercyhurst zone, and it's Bonai with it. Will skate at 1 against 2 all by himself. Shoved off by Dasky going over the RedHawk line on the right wing, and Miami takes over. They'll turn it over though on neutral zone as Bray Crowder fired a pass errantly into the Mercyhurst cluster of players in the center circle. Lakers now work it here in the offensive zone. Gerbach can't keep it in left point. RedHawks work it through neutral ice. Over the Laker line, right wing, Greasock. Tossed it back in the circle. Open look. Barry between the leg shot. Bad save was made there by Johnson, and the rebound. Nobody could get a stick on it in the crease. Puck back at center ice here. And as Mercyhurst and the RedHawks tied up in a battle in front of the penalty boxes. Center ice. Worked back by Miami in their own zone. Dasky to the far side. Here's Fletcher. Skates it over the Laker line on the right wing. Move through the far circle. The backhand play wide right of Johnson's net. Holton ends up with a left point. Fletcher to the far circle. Finds Red Savage and he scores! Red Savage with his second goal of the game. We're not even 10 minutes in yet. 2-0 Miami. On a pass on the far post. Savage, the left-handed player on the off wing. Slid it past the outstretched right pad of Johnson on the near post. And with 11:21 to go in the first, Miami up by 2.
Yeah, just more great puck movement from the RedHawks. And when they've been moving that around well and they haven't turned the puck over, they've really kind of just pulled Mercyhurst all over to where the puck is. And that left Red Savage there wide open on the doorstep to walk out and finish.
2 goals in a little bit over 2.5 minutes for the RedHawks. Here in the middle stages of the first period. Within the offensive zone, Clement, the shot near wing. Wide left to the net. Barbolini picks it up near half wall, feeds it over far circle and off Fletcher's skate. Otherwise, would have had a wide open one-timer. Holton back at the blue line, center of it, turn it over. Here comes Mercyhurst, but they kind of lose control to the center circle as Kyler Head had the puck for a moment. RedHawks work in their own zone. They'll regroup in their own end as Red Savage over the Laker line to the left wing will fire a shot, deflected up and out of play. with 10:42 to go in the opening period. 2-0 Miami, and the shots are now even at 7 apiece.
Yeah, and that's been the story of the last couple of minutes. Miami's really found their stride. And another chance here in the offensive zone coming up.
Draw to Johnson's right in the Mercyhurst net. Daskis in it for Miami against Marco Riefenberger of Mercyhurst. Riefenberger, the clean win back to the far corner of the Lakers zone. Kane works it up the far side, back to center ice. Reichquist on it for Miami, fed it forward for Daskis at the Laker line. It went off his stick, back to center. Here's Hunter for Mercyhurst. Oh, the Red Hawk line on the right wing, takes it in behind the net. The feed in front, backhand shot, they score! Mercyhurst answers right back about a minute later. There's a cluster in front of Ludwig Pearson, a backhand shot, top shelf went in as Pearson was face down in the crease. And getting credit will be Noah Kane for Mercyhurst. A flurry there, the puck deflecting all over the place. Kane got his stick on it, flipped it in the open net, 2-1 game, 10:21 to go in the period.
Yeah, what a play on the rush up the ice by Marco Riefenberger. He had a man on him, was able to protect the puck and used just one hand on the stick to throw it in front of the net. Like you mentioned, a cluster of bodies, you never know where that puck's going to end up, and ended up right on the stick of a Mercyhurst Laker who was able to put them within one.
3 goals here in the first 10 minutes of the game. Goodbye between either team. RedHawks win the draw at center ice, try to work it up the right wing. The puck deflects though up into the Mercyhurst bench. So they'll give Noah Kane the credit for the goal for Mercyhurst. Marco Riefenberger and Dalton Hunter receive the assists. And it's Kane's 4th of the year for the Lakers. On the center ice draw here is Monty Graham and Mercyhurst. Pierce Crawford tie up for it. Got a contested puck at center ice, worked up the right wing. Graham will kick it over the Laker line, dodge a hit as the puck goes far corner of the Laker zone. Mercyhurst works it up the far half wall. Heidemann will play at the backhand to center ice. Crowder dumps it behind him. Dasky in his own net for the RedHawks, plays it near wing. Cassetti, and over the Laker line on the left wing is Monty Graham. Crawford will tie him up. Puck goes here in the near circle. Olmstead to Cassetti in front. But tied him up was Heidemann, and Heidemann works it out the left wing for Mercyhurst through center. Sheriff pushes it over the Red Hawk line left side. A centering pass came in front and it missed Crawford's stick by about an inch. Otherwise, he would have had a wide open chance right in front of Pearson. Red Hawks work it back in the Lakers zone. Full 5-man change for Miami. And Mercyhurst will play this one up the near wing back into the Red Hawks end as Clement picks it up there behind the Miami net. Near wing feed Moulton. Cross ice look. Karisak went off his skate, I believe, up and out of play into the Red Hawk bench. On the right wing, we get immediate timeout with 9:13 to go in the first period. 2-1 Miami over Mercyhurst in offensive. .9:13 to go first period here from Oxford, Ohio. Patrick Geshan, Luke West-Poli back with you on Red Hawk Radio in a 2-1 game led by the Red Hawks. Draw will come up on the Miami right wing closest to their blue line. On the far side of the ice in the neutral zone. Matt Berry will take it for the Red Hawks against Stephen Ippery of Mercyhurst. And a clean win back by Berry in his zone end to Dylan Moulton. A cross ice feed over on the line, right wing into the Lakers zone. Rigas shoots it, big rebound, pops to the near circle. Karisak couldn't really handle that. He's got the puck down near half wall of the Lakers zone. Moulton got the feed left point, shot it in, blocked down by Townend. In front for Mercyhurst. Lakers work it up the left wing and over the Red Hawk line. A play to the far circle, and a rip there was pad saved by St. Ange. We get Ippery with it now in the high slot for Mercyhurst. His shot, a wrister there, glove save made by Pearson as the puck found him. in point-blank scoring range. So with 8:42 to go in the first, the shot's back on top for Mercyhurst, 11-8, and the draw to Pearson's right.
Yeah, sometimes it almost feels like Miami's freezing up a little bit in their own defensive zone. Mercyhurst really skating circles around them once they're able to get it inside the blue line, but Miami's converted on their chances, which kept them in front.
RedHawks working out their own zone after the face-off. Red Savage, left side of the center ice red line, dumps it in behind Johnson in the Mercyhurst net. Goes to the far corner. Fletcher there locked up against Garrett Dahm. Puck here in the far circle, still contested. Savage finds Strazer, right point, slides it along the blue line. Left point shot by Chenard. Glove save made by Johnson. On a weak wrister there with 8:18 to go in the first period. Stops the clock. In a 2-1 game led by the RedHawks. Miami's lost 10 of their last 12 coming into this game. Mercyhurst has lost 6 in a row. Two teams that are pretty much near each other, the pair-wise, whether you think it's too early to look at it or not. Mercyhurst 49th, Miami 45th. Out of the 60-plus teams in Division I hockey. Lakers with it here in their own zone after the face-off win. To the right of Johnson, but they turn it over up the near half wall, work it out to center. Drazdner with it now for Miami. Feeds a far wing for Chenard. Now Red Savage takes it over the Laker line, right wing, 1 against 5 pretty much. So hold on to the puck, fire a wrist shot. Top the near circle, deflected off Johnson's glove to the far side. Lakers work it out here. This is McDougal. Over the Red Hawk line, right wing, feeds it over. Hunter will wind up for a slap shot top the near circle. Pearson got his chest on that. Work back left point, walking in the shot, St. Ange. And it's up high on the wrister. Pearson with the stop against his chest, using the arm to stop play with 7:39 to go in the first period. In this 2-1 game led by Miami. You have no students here at all. Obviously the break happening until late January with the J-turn period at Miami. Just your general admittance crowd, and a light one at that here this evening. Probably about 1,000 people in the crowd today. RedHawks working out their own zone up the far wing. Mercyhurst doing a good job, though, to try to keep it in. And they will keep it in on the left side as Norton with a shot left point. Right in on Pearson, who made the save. He had contact in front. Heidemann came in for Mercyhurst, trying to sneak around for a rebound. He knocked Pearson over on his back. We get a whistle here, a little bit of pushing and shoving, but no penalties will come out of that. Stops the clock with 7:20 left here in the first.
It's got a little bit chippy in front of the nets, especially in the last couple of minutes. Nothing too major, nothing really going on outside of that, but a couple scrums after whistles.
Mercyhurst did play last weekend. It's kind of a quick turnaround for them in terms of travel. They were in Hanover, New Hampshire for the Ledyard Classic at Dartmouth on Thursday and Friday. Lost both of their games there, one to BC, one to UNH. Puck here in the Red Hawk zone. Miami works it up the near wing. Cassetti with it over the Laker line. Strict free of the puck though in the near circle as Townend got his stick on it. As they battle for it here near corner of the Mercyhurst zone. Worked up left point. Moulton slides it right point. Clement shoots it wide right to the post. Pops off the end boards back to the slot area. And Heidemann picks it up here for Mercyhurst. Still skinning up and over the line of the left wing. A long range shot there right from the blue line. And Pearson made the breadbasket stop right in his chest. On the wrister by Heidemann with 6:47 to go in the first. That's Mercyhurst's strategy tonight. I pick it up, just throw it at the net, see what happens.
Yeah, try it from everywhere. You see them kind of circle around the zone when they get offensive zone time, and then when you least expect it, they'll turn around and just throw it at the net. Their zone entry doesn't look promising. Just try to throw it on Pearson, make him make a save, and try to get the opposing goalie to make some mistakes. Pearson really hasn't yet. The one goal wasn't his fault, but waiting for him to do so.
On a breakaway, buried to the net. The backhand shot is a pad save made by Johnson. Buried back with it here behind the net for Miami. Johnson lost his stick. Feeds it in the high slot. Grisak trying to push it back to the line and went wide right to Drazdner, who's back to chasing at his own end. Reichquist with it here behind the Red Hawk net. Feeds it up the far wing. Turned over right to the stick of Philip Watt. Watt takes it right point. A wrist shot there off the shin pads of Regas, who kind of battles for it with Watt as they go up the near wing of the center ice area. But Watt ends up with the puck, skates it back to the safety of his own end. Watt with it for Mercyhurst, reaches the center ice red line left wing, dumps it in behind Pearson's net. Play to the near side here for Greasock. He'll hold on, be patient in the RedHawks zone. Feed it up through center ice. Perry with it over the Laker line. Fed it near wing. Off the stick of Fletcher here in the corner. He's shoved off by Devon Daniels. Mercyhurst middle of their own zone. Work it up the right wing through center. Chipped in over the RedHawk line by Moust. To the near corner. Crowder was on it there to the far side for Red Savage, who will pick it up for Miami. Savage skates it up through the near circle. Right wing feed for Crowder. Will chip it ahead and over the Laker line on the right wing in the far corner. Barberlini here shoves off Daniels to the puck. Played up to the left point. Dasky open look. The shot blocked down by Moust. Got his body in the lane at the last second to knock it down. Dasky back with the left point. Slides it right side. Here's Crowder. Works it down to the far circle. Barberlini finds Dasky up high. Crowder, the shot deflected off a body to the near corner. Moust hits Dasky there, playing up the near wing. And out through center ice. Dom with it over the RedHawk line on the right wing for Mercyhurst, trying to chip it around break Crowder. Crowder uses his big body to take Dom's skating lane away, and the RedHawks with it back in their own end. Crowder in front of his own net in a game led by Miami 2-1 with 4:45 to go in the first period. Far circle, Dasky works it up the right wing. Daskis finds Ryan Savage over the Laker line. Will wait in the far circle and shoot it. Blocker save made there by Johnson. Back to the left point, Moulton trying to feed it forward. Kane stolen away. He's up the ice for Mercyhurst. Right wing feed Riefenberger over the RedHawk line. He gets stripped to the puck, and it's Daskis to send it forward. A pass ahead for Ryan Savage that never connected. Up the near wing, Daskis passed it before the red line. Savage could never chase it down. The icing call here on Miami with 4:21 to go in the first. 2-1 game led by the RedHawks. Shots are 15-10, Mercyhurst. Miami 4-12-1 on the year overall. Mercyhurst 4-11-4. Very similar records. Mercyhurst with it here in the offensive zone. Sheriff at the right post. Basically the spin around shot. Pad save Pearson. Worked up to the far wing. Lakers with it here back at the neutralized area. Will turn it over. Daskis the right wing feed over the Laker line. On the right side is Pletsky. He tried to play it middle. The bouncing puck picked up by Bonai in his own slot for Mercyhurst. And Lakers working out their own end. Heidemann with it over the RedHawk line to the left wing. The backhand pass over there for Sheriff. He'll fire it into some bodies in the far circle. Waugh will play it to the far half wall. Heidemann had it there in behind the RedHawk net to the near corner, where Sinnard will play it up to the near circle. Daskis fed it middle, and here comes Reichwitz, reaches the center ice red line right wing to dump it into the far corner. Waugh behind his net for Mercyhurst. Plays it near wing. Sheriff, the right wing feed it over the RedHawk line. St. Ange was stopped here by Dasky on a physical hit. Behind the net with it is Crowder. Near corner, Dasky up the near wing for Cassetti. Back to center. Cassetti, the cross-ice look. Right wing with it, Monty Graham. Far corner of the Lakers zone. Shot it off the side of the net. It kind of hung there on the ice for a little bit. Johnson had no idea where it was. Finally, players yelling at him, cover it up in your feet. He does so. Clock stop with 3:07 to go here in period number 1. 2-1 Miami over Mercyhurst. Back in a flash. Miami Hockey on RedHawk Radio. Miami over Mercyhurst, 3:07 to go, first period. Patrick Geshan, Luke Westpoli back with the air, high above the ice at Steve Cady Arena. 16-10 the shots in favor of the Lakers. Draw coming up to the left here of Hank Johnson in the Mercyhurst net. RedHawk right wing. Clean win by the Lakers, so working in behind their own net. And Norton sends it around to the far half wall for St. Ange. Played it near wing. And Steven Ippery on it. The cross ice look. Monty Graham picks it up in the RedHawks zone. Will feed it near side for Daschke at the half wall. Back behind the net for Graham. Daschke near half wall with it. Plays it through the middle. Crowder let it go off his stick. And now it's St. Odds to rip it from center ice off the high glass back to the far corner. Daschke's on it here. The play in the middle. With it is Monty Graham for Miami. Skate it back here in his zone end to the far circle and play it near wing for Crowder. Crowder, the pass at the left wing. Daschke let it go off his stick all the way down the ice. And an icing call there. That was as if Miami was killing a penalty. That pass. It started in the RedHawks zone near wing. Daschke was right at basically the Miami line. Purposely deflected it off his stick all the way down the ice.
Yeah, he only had one hand on his stick. He just kind of threw it towards the puck, and it just deflected down the ice. There was nobody in the other zone for the RedHawks, and that's just going to be an icing every time.
With 2:26 to go in the first period. Trotman to Pearson's left. Played here in the near corner after a contested face-off. Mercyhurst wins the battle, though, and a shot from the left point by Garagok is sent wide of the net. There's Cady with it for Miami. Will skate it up through center ice and over the Laker line on the left wing. Will dump it in with all other RedHawk players changing on the shift. Sent back to center. Garagok will skate it to the right side. Dump it in over the RedHawk line on the right wing. Clement feeds it near corner here for Moulton. Now Regish played it up the near boards. Puck squirts free back to the line. Bonai over on the far side. A shot there. Ripped top of the far circle into the pads of Pearson. Regish back with it here behind the Miami net. Plays it up the near wing. Here's Barry. On it for the RedHawks. Works it through center. Played it up into the Mercyhurst zone. Head is on it here for the Lakers. Will take it back in his own end for Mercyhurst. Plays it near wing for Bonai. Cross ice look to the far side. Daniels coming out of his own end for the Lakers. Played it over the RedHawk line. Right wing, a dump in there that never really connected with anybody. So the RedHawks are going to work it out of their own zone up the far wing. Barry played it to center. Pass missed Karisok and a cross ice look with a 1:12 to go in the first period. Drasner back with it in his own end. The cross ice look. Reichquist skates it through the neutral zone and over the Laker line on the right wing. Back for Barry here in the near circle. Will backhand this one deep into the Mercyhurst zone. Daniels is on it for the Lakers with a minute to go in the opening frame. Far side feed. McDougal trying to backhand look through center. Miss Riefenberger hopped over a stick. It goes all the way down the ice for an icing here on the Lakers with 48.9 to go in the first. Offensive zone draw coming up for Miami. They're up 2-1 on Mercyhurst.
It's been a little while since they've been in the offensive zone. They've kind of taken the last 5 minutes or so off, it seems like, after a decent portion in that middle part of the period. But a big chance here on what's probably the final shift of this first.
Draw to the left of Johnson. RedHawks win it. Keep it in the offensive zone. Barbolini very high slot. Kicks it far circle. Fletcher trying to play it in front. And it deflected out to the left point as nobody can get a stick on the puck there the last 3 seconds. RedHawks have to work it back in their own end as it pops out.
Man, Red Savage was about 2 inches away from a hat trick there.
Barbolini over the Laker line on the left wing. Lost the puck. Skating it by himself into the offensive zone. Mercyhurst off the glass. Plays it back into the RedHawks end. Daschke plays it far corner. Crowder on it here. Works it up the far wing. Barbolini the pass to the near side. Daschke up the near wing for Fletcher. Tipped it over the Laker line here on the near wing of the ice with 5 to go in the period. Norton will push it up against the boards for Mercyhurst near corner of his own zone, and that will run out the time in the opening 20 minutes here from Oxford, Ohio. 2-1 Miami leads the goal column. The shots column led by Mercyhurst 17-10. So the positive is you're up if you're Miami 2-1. You had 2 good goals by Red Savage there, but the negative, you start the game well with your energy, with your grit, whatever, but then as the first period went on, that crescendo downward, and RedHawks here just, like you said, took the last, I'd say 7-8 minutes of that period off.
Yeah, and it's really weird because in the offensive zone and the neutral zone, the RedHawks, I think, are playing fine. I don't think they're playing necessarily incredibly well, but they've got the job done in the offensive zone. The neutral zone game is fine in transition. But it seems to be as soon as that puck gets in their defensive zone, they just kind of freeze up. And this is a Mercyhurst team. They love to work the perimeter. They love to have guys just take tours of the offensive zone and just skate all the way around. And if the RedHawks are just going to kind of stand in their box and be passive in the middle of that. Mercyhurst is totally fine with that, and you can tell by the 17 shots they had in that first period. If the RedHawks just want to let Mercyhurst sit on the outside and shoot, the Lakers are going to be content with that, and they're going to score more goals if they're going to put 17 shots on the board again in the second period.
Reminds me a lot of the LIU games. Miami seemed to be the better team very early on in those games, and then LIU slowly, surely started working their way up in terms of the energy and the grit as we move forward in the games, and that's, to me, what a similar situation we have here against Mercyhurst in this game with Miami. Again, shot 17-10 in favor of the Lakers. Your power plays, there was none in that first period. Face-offs, Miami was good in the face-off circle, 13-8. They led that column in the opening 20 minutes. Blocked shots, Mercyhurst had 6. Miami had 2 blocked shots in that first period. Their last home game against Western Michigan on December the 8th. Miami had 30 in the game, and now they have 2 through the first period of this game. Whatever that's worth, and of course no penalty minutes by either team in those opening 20 minutes either. There's one other game going on in college hockey tonight. That is Vermont and Holy Cross at the Hart Recreation Center in Worcester. That game will get underway at 7 o'clock, so about 20 minutes away from the start of that one. Only other game in college hockey tonight.
That's what happens when you play on a Tuesday.
Tuesday night. 2-1 Miami, the lead over Mercyhurst after 20 minutes. We'll have a 12-13 minute break and then resume our coverage here with a second in a moment. Stay with us. First intermission. It's Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio.
Warm-up.
2-1 Miami over Mercyhurst. About to begin our second period of play here from Oxford, Ohio. Patrick Geshan, Luke West-Poli back with you on Red Hawk Radio. Appreciate you spending a portion of your Tuesday night with us at Steve Cady Arena with some college hockey. Shots are 17-10 Mercyhurst after our first 20 minutes of play. Red Hawks move left to right across your radio here in our middle period. Miami trying to complete the home-and-home sweep of the Mercyhurst Lakers. I was just on State Street the other day. Drove right by the rink.
Erie, Pennsylvania, one of the capitals of the world.
RedHawks here in their own end, trying to work it out up the near wing. And over the Laker line on the right side, Cady gets stripped to the puck near half wall. Lakers will work it back in their own end, feed it up to the center circle. Crowder kicked it off his skate. Worked it back in his own end. Daschke to Crowder, give and go back to Daschke. Left wing feed over the Laker line. Here comes Graham, top of the far circle. Shot it off Olmsted's skates. Goes back to the left point. Crowder with it here, middle of the blue line. Will play it through the near circle. On it is Cady. The backhand off a skate. Went up and out of play. Trying to feed it around the end boards. And went off the skate of Kate Townend, up and out.
Erie's got some good hockey, Patrick. My dad texted me this past week, and someone actually from the Erie Lions AAA program made it to the ESPN top 10 for doing the Michigan.
There you go.
Erie's got some good youth hockey. Know some guys who played there. Shout out Erie Lions. Shout out Justin Mercier, former Miami RedHawk, played for the Erie Lions in his youth.
Clement is shot right point from the offensive zone. Drawn the RedHawk right wing, deflected around to the far corner of the zone. It goes back to Clement. Another shot there went off the pads of Hank Johnson. Mercyhurst works it out through center ice. So the RedHawk line on the right wing is Fedulov. Will play it through the middle. That pass missed the intended target there through the middle in the slot. And McDougal, they get a whistle here for a penalty on Miami. A little hooking action committed by Griesok coming through the slot and took away the pass chance for McDougal. And that is the game's first penalty. Comes a minute and 5 into our second period.
Yeah, Mercyhurst has done a great job of that today, just driving through that slot when the puck's on the wing and just trying to float it towards the front of the net. That time, McDougal wasn't able to get a scoring chance out of it, but he draws the penalty. Big chance for Mercyhurst to tie the game.
A Laker power play that's 6th best in the nation at 26.3% on the year. They'll lose the draw, though, in the offensive zone, starting the power play, and the RedHawks cleared all the way down in behind the Laker net. Red Savage did that up the near wing. 15 seconds into the power play, and Mercyhurst works it below their own goal line. It is a hooking minor penalty to Miami's Chase Greasock for just his 3rd and 4th penalty minutes of the year. Nippery with it over the Red Hawk line, left wing for Mercyhurst. Tosses back to the high slot. McDougal, wide open point blank rip. Was over the net, popped off the end-board glass. Mercyhurst tried to slide it back in front. On a shot there by Fenchelov, went to the near corner. Fenchelov works it here up the near half wall, let it go off Clement's stick. And now it's in behind the Red Hawk net. Barbolini picks it up here in the far corner. And he will clear all the way down the ice. Wide open was Barbolini with 1:03 to go here in the Mercyhurst power play. Lakers working up the near wing through center ice. Datsky with it here in the near corner. Plays it off the end boards to the far side. Pletzky the backhand in behind the Red Hawk net. Datsky wide open. There's it all the way down the ice. Picked up off the end boards. Monty Graham all alone back in the offensive zone. Will take it far corner as Norton there quickly to shove him off the putt. And Mercyhurst starts back up the ice. 38 to go in the Laker power play. It's dumped in at the center ice red line right wing by Paul Moust. Played here to the near corner. The RedHawks will work this one up and out. Pletzky for Drasner. Now it's back behind the Red Hawk net to the far corner. Datsky there for Monty Graham off the glass. Back to center. Norton gloved that down. Plays it near wing here for Townend and Mercyhurst up the near side. Over the Red Hawk line, left wing comes Sheriff. He'll dance his way to the near circle where it's grabbed there by P.J. Fletcher. Will send it all the way down the ice in behind the Laker net. 5 to go in the Mercyhurst power play. 3 minutes into the second. Laker power play will expire. Mercyhurst skates it through the center ice area and over the Red Hawk line on the right wing is Sheriff. He crouches in hard in the far corner with Hampus Ryquist. The puck squirts free and it's cleared all the way down the ice into the Laker zone. Greasock back to chase in the far corner with Philip Waugh. Goes to that far half wall here in the Miami offensive end. Waugh back to chase it behind the Laker net. Puck goes here to the near corner, stripping it free. The feed by Regish in front to Greasock was blocked down by the body in front of Kyler Head. Play back in the Red Hawk zone. Sinnard will feed it up the left wing. Regish will play it on the dump and attempt and over the Laker line, left side of the far corner, the offensive end for Miami. Mercyhurst works to their far side, Moust with it. Over the Red Hawk line to the right wing, tossed it back. A shot by Kyler Head was in from the far circle. A chest save made by Pearson. Puck in the Miami zone near half wall, Barry. The backhand indirect pass out. Finds Dylan Moulton over the Laker line, middle of the ice. The shot there, shouldered away by Johnson. Puck ends up near circle. Moulton in front. Barry missed the pass. Completely hopped over his stick. 2-on-2 the other way. Mercyhurst Head over the Red Hawk line on the left wing. Will toss this one back in behind the Miami net. Greasock to the far circle there for a one-time clearing attempt. That was one-time shot by Devon Daniels wide left of the net. And that one deflects off the boards all the way back behind the Lakers zone. 15.5 to go, second period. 2-1 Miami on top. And the Lakers will enter the Red Hawk zone offside as Kane jumped a little bit ahead over the blue line. $15:24 to go here in the second period. Just in case you're wondering, the correct exit for the Mercyhurst rink is on State Street. Don't go to Peach Street. Or the Bayfront Connector, Wesleyville. Mercyhurst with it here in the offensive zone in behind the Red Hawk net. Hunter on it here near corner for the Lakers. Mercyhurst really outworking Miami right now. It is so obvious. Townend left point, slides it wide left and a shot to Pearson's net. And the Red Hawks here able to work it out up through center. Datsky with it over the Laker line, left wing, toss back to Ryan Savage. Spin around left point, far circle. Dances his way to the far corner. Kind of fan on a pass attempt there as Norton locks him up against the board. Savage escapes though, cuts his way to the middle and flipped it wide left to the left post. And Mercyhurst will clear on the loose puck from that all the way down the ice far side, but the puck ends up bouncing in on Pearson to wave the icing off. 5-man change for Mercyhurst. And it's Crowder with it back in his own end. Plenty of time for Miami. He's in near wing, Ryquist up the side for Monty Graham. Chips in near corner into the Mercyhurst zone. Cassetti there for Olmsted. The backhand indirect to the left point. Trasser back for Olmsted. Far half wall through the circle. The shot. Nice pad save was made there. Point blank by Johnson. It goes behind the Mercyhurst net. Monty Graham is on it, tied up there with Ipri. Controlled here by Cady, who crashes into Joe Sullivan, the referee. It gives the puck back to Mercyhurst as it came loose. And St. Ange will get it here to the middle for Townend, who'll skate it to the center ice red line in the circle and fire it over the net where Pearson stands. RedHawks with it here in the far corner of their own zone. Monty Graham around the glass, the far half wall. Cady played it middle. Ipri will chip this one in behind the RedHawk net. With it here is Hampus Reichwest. Backhand play for Drasner up the far side. Cady played it middle. This one's sent back into the RedHawk zone from center ice. Get a whistle here for an offside on Mercyhurst. Dumping attempt by Fetchelot from the right side of center ice. Heidemann was still in the zone. Mercyhurst offside with 13:35 to go in the second. We're back in a moment. It's Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. (2-1) Miami over Mercyhurst. 13:35 to go, second period. Neutralized strike coming up. RedHawk left wing closest to their blue line after the Mercyhurst offside to take us to the media timeout. Patrick Geshan, Luke West-Bully back in the air from Steve Cady Arena on a Tuesday night. RedHawks with the puck here in the near corner of their own zone. Fletcher played it near wing out of the reach there of Clement. McDougall back with it in the Mercyhurst end. Played up near wing for Heidemann, chips it in behind the RedHawk net. Fletcher there, played it near corner. Here's Clement. We'll play this one middle for Red Savage, though he got stripped there by Sheriff. Now near wing Heidemann for McDougall, top of the near circle. His shot off the stick. Deflected far corner, back to the right point. McDougall, the spin around shot. Just throw it at the net, and Pearson there stood up with the pads to make the cover of the save with 13 even left here in the second period.
Man, Mercyhurst just works in the offensive zone, don't they? I mean,
and they work hard.
They just pounce on everything, and I think that's a sign of a well-coached team. You got a guy who's been there for a while. This team, I mean, they play really, really hard. They forecheck hard. They love to play fast, and it's very, very noticeable, especially on the offensive side.
That head coach is Rick Godkin. He was in his 34th year at Mercyhurst. He has seen all kinds of historic moments in that program, especially when they were Division II. He oversaw that transition. But 34th year. And a penalty here on Mercyhurst as the play went down the far side of the ice. He had a little bit of contact as the RedHawks are trying to chase after a loose puck in their offensive zone on the left wing. We'll get a call here that will send Owen Norton to the box of the Lakers. 2 minutes for interference as he held up a few RedHawks there on that far side. So Miami's first turn at the power play tonight. 12:45 to go in the second.
Yeah, and just looking at how well the RedHawks were able to perform when they moved the puck in that first period, this is really a big chance as kind of all their scoring chances came in almost power play type scenarios where you move the puck around the zone and find that open man. We'll see if the RedHawks can convert here.
Yep. Barry skates it down the near wing, played it middle. Mercyhurst picks off the pass in front, cleared all the way down. That was off the stick of Jake Bonine behind Pearson's net. RedHawk power play that this season is converting at 20.3%. 24th best in the country, about middle of the pack. Miami with it still in their own end. Barry circles back with the puck. Gets to the center ice red line right wing and dumped it in over the glass. From the neutral zone, trying to get it into the offensive end. Stops the clock. 12:15 to go in the second. 1:30 left here in the power play. We got a center ice draw here coming up. After that, I mean, to me, Mercyhurst is plainly outworking Miami right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
All three zones.
Yeah, you drew the the comparison to the LIU game earlier, and I think that's a very, very good one.
Crawford takes over the Red Hawk line left wing. A deflected pass that went to the far half wall. Ryan Savage skates it right in front of his own net. Mouse nearly stole it away, but it ends up on Ryquist's stick near circle, the Red Hawks end. Mercyhurst is in a 1-3 penalty kill here with 1:10 to go in the Miami man advantage. Puck at neutral ice. Red Hawks can't get into the zone over the left wing. And now with it back in the Miami end is Ryquist to play it far side here for Fletcher. There's really no sense of urgency on this power play at all. Moulton skates it out of his own end, left wing feed. Fletcher and over the Laker line will dump it in behind the Mercyhurst net to the near corner. On it here is Crawford to the far corner. With it here is Daniels trying to lift it up and out. He does. In behind the Red Hawk net with 40 seconds to go in the power play. Ryquist lifts the puck in over the Laker line on the right wing. It's loose there for a second. Fletcher will pick it up, take it near corner. The pass to the middle intended for nobody. And Riefenberger on it here for the Lakers. The easy clear out. Back to center ice. Grabbing it here is Head over the Red Hawk line left wing. Fired a shot on the ice. Same with the right pad of Pearson. The Red Hawks here will have it in the near corner of their own zone. 14 to go on the Miami power play. 10:55 to go, second period. In a game, the Red Hawks lead 2-1. Rigas over the Laker line on the left side. Gave it up for Barbolini. Dasky plays it to the right point. Here's Barry. Shoots it up high. Grisak made that stop with his body deflected off of it. Mercyhurst clears it all the way down the ice. From that, in behind Pearson's net. Power play expires, back to 5-on-5. And I don't know if Miami got a single shot in that power play. I don't think so.
Yeah, I was going to say, Mercyhurst, really, really good kill.
Bonai behind his net for the Lakers. Played up the far side wall. Fetch Lop let it go off his body. Played here to the near corner, and on it is Philip Watt for the Lakers. Up the near wing boards, off the body of St. Ange. Wall will spin it around to the far wing. Grabbing it there is Zippery back to center ice. Trasner to the near wing here for Crowder. On the right side, plays it up that wing. And behind the net now for Miami. Crowder takes it up the right side. Will play this on a pass all the way up the right wing through center and over the Laker line. Bodies crash in for it. Miami on a forecheck. And it goes to the far half wall here in the Lakers zone. Barry plays it up to the left point. Sinnard will spin a shot wide right of the net. Picked up near half wall here by St. Ange. Will work it out to center. And into the Miami zone. Trasner trying to play up the right wing. That pass couldn't work. St. Ange sent it all the way back in behind the Miami net for neutral ice. Trasner, far wing, finds Monty Graham. He'll skin it in over the Laker line, middle of the ice. Goes to the right wing where Pletsy will dump this one into the near corner. Olmstead shoved off the puck. Regains control near side. Spin around shot. Deflects its way wide left to the net. Porton played up the far wing. Olmstead missed it there. And here come the Lakers. 4-on-2. Over the line on the right wing is McDougall, playing it back, wide open. Eifenberger in the slot, big save by Pearson with a pad, and it pops up high. Breakaway for Matt Barbolini as McDougall with a great back check for Mercyhurst. Came from behind and slashed the puck away.
Yeah, great back check as you mentioned. McDougall just out of nowhere, it seems, hopped onto the arm as we're going to get an offside here of Matthew Barbolini and poked it away. Chances on both ends of the ice, neither converted.
8:51 to go here in the second. 2-1 Miami, just past the halfway point of the game. This is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Two-one Miami over Mercyhurst. We have 8:51 to go here in the second. Shots are 21-14 Lakers. Patrick Geshan and Luke West-Pulley back of the year from high above the ice. Steve Cady Arena tonight. So the RedHawks win this draw right at center ice. They'll get it deep into the Mercyhurst zone. Red Savage with it behind the Laker net. Works it up the far wing in the corner. Skating it up through that far circle. Dump it in behind the net. And here is P.J. Fletcher. Skates it up to the near wing. Spins around to the high slot. Will shoot it. Blocked down in front. Barbolini the rebound. Pops it back to the line. Moulton up high shot. Another block down and traffic look for the RedHawks. From a shot in on net, and it deflects all the way back in the Miami zone, and then Jack Clement plays it with a high stick to stop the clock with 8:15 to go in the second.
I don't know what Jack Clement was thinking.
Well, I'm being objective here. It's getting from bad to worse.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking there. I guess that was kind of a heads-up play on the other side by Dante Sheriff for Mercyhurst. He got the puck in space, knew he was about to get blown up, and so he just kind of flipped it in the air, and sure enough, Jack Clement came through and gave Mercyhurst a free ozone draw.
It's to the left of Pearson, kind of a contested puck after the draw. Trickles right in on Ludwig, who makes the cover with 8:11 to go in the second period.
I mean, it's a wonder Miami has the lead right now.
2-1, they lead it.
Yeah, I mean, there's just not really any sense of urgency for them on the defensive side of the puck. They haven't been super responsible there, and it's just a matter of time if this keeps up before Mercyhurst converts.
Look here in the far corner, Dask is on it for the RedHawks as they lock up against the boards in that corner. 2 against 3 battle. Crowder with it here behind the net, skates it up the near wing, and will dump it out to center ice. Here's McDougal on it for Mercyhurst at his own end, feeds it right wing. Well, here's Devon Daniels to the near circle, playing up to the center ice area. Here's Head on the RedHawk line on the right wing, back for Mouse, who got out the pitching wedge there to shoot it on net. Went over the glass, up and out of play on a wrist shot. With 7:37 to go here in the second period. 2-1 Miami.
I mean, Mercyhurst's just going to keep trying to throw the puck at the net if you let them. You see that every time they get a zone entry, they're not trying to set up and run a system around you. It's just throw it at the net, try to get bodies in front.
Draw to Pearson's right, trickles its way to the near corner. Puck goes far side. Hunter picks it up for Mercyhurst, spins it around the boards here to the near corner. Reichwist is on it there with a wah. This one pops out to center and beyond. And Hunter back to grab it here in the Mercyhurst end. He'll hit the brakes behind the net. Spin it around the boards to the far side. Riefenberger on it, plenty of room in his own end. Pass near wing. Got under the stick of Watt, tried to chase it to the near boards to center ice. But it's locked up now in a battle that Miami will win and take it back in their own end as Reichwist on it here behind the RedHawk cage. Reichwist up the left wing, hits Cassetti with a pass over the Laker line. Cassetti will shoot it wide left to the net by a few feet. Comes to the near boards, back to center. Kane with it for Mercyhurst. Over the RedHawk line, left wing. The pass middle, the shot wide right of the net. A point-blank rip there off the stick of Bonai. Pops back to center. Waugh on it here for Mercyhurst. Gave it up for Ripley. Ripley over the RedHawk line, middle of the ice. Right wing feed, Bonai. Top of the far circle. The snap shot. Glove saved by Pearson, who yet again is keeping Miami in a hockey game with 6:37 to go here in the second.
Yeah, every time Mercyhurst gets a zone entry, they're getting a good quality opportunity. They're just pushing the RedHawks in towards their own goaltender, and Ludwig Pearson's having to come out and be big, make stops. But yeah, the RedHawks have just got to defend those rushes a little bit better. It seems like every minute or so they're giving up a high-quality chance.
Puck here in the far corner. Datsky plays it up the boards. Up the far side, went off the stick there of Kreisok. Back in the Mercyhurst end with 6.5 to go here in the second period. 2-1 Miami. Shots led by the Lakers, 21-14. Townend with it over the RedHawk line, right wing. Pass middle, Ipri shoots it wide right of the net. And this puck somehow deflects back in on Pearson from the end boards. Will make the stop. 6:15 to go here in the second. I think if Mercyhurst has hit the net 5 more times with a shot in this game, it's like a 3-2 game now that they lead.
Yeah,
instead
absolutely.
of 2-1 Miami.
Yeah, they've shot it wide a couple of times on some really high-quality chances from the slot. And it's just a matter of converting, like you said. They've been the better team, especially in these last 10 minutes or so. You just got to find the back of the net.
Draw to Pearson's right. Sheriff scores! He just threw it at the net, top of the near circle, and it went over Pearson's left shoulder, top shelf. Dante Sheriff, the rip, the 5'11" sophomore for Brampton, Ontario. And we are tied at 2 with 6:11 to go in the second. It was inevitably going to happen, and this is when it happens.
Yeah, that's their game. I mean, we've talked about it over and over again, every single whistle for the last 10 minutes or so, and Miami finally gets punished in the defensive zone. Dante Sheriff ties the game. I mean, we'll see if the RedHawks are able to wake up off this one, because the energy's really just been flat to open up this second period.
Puck here in the neutral zone. Red Savage with it over the Laker line on the right wing. He'll cut middle, fire shot wide left on the ice. Back to the left point. Sinnard gets it to the far half wall. Red Savage spun off the puck in the far circle. Coming in there, a valiant effort made by Barbeline to keep the offensive possession alive, but it's Bonai now playing up the near wing for Mercyhurst, trying to get out of his own end. Red Savage takes that away. Gets it back to the right point. Reichwitz, the shot through traffic, but still able to see it and hold on for the stop. Hank Johnson with 5:39 to go here in the second period. So the goal was scored by Dante Sheriff at even strength. 1 assist was given on it. Pierce Crawford got that for Mercyhurst. Third of the year for Sheriff at 13:49 of the second. Draw to the left here of Johnson in the Mercyhurst net. Lakers will win it back. Playing up that far wing. Mouse got it off his stick, put it softly into the RedHawks zone. They'll work it up the far wing. The RedHawks well back to center. Here is Ryan Savage, cross corner dump into the near side. In the far corner, Daniels picks it up. Pletzky was on that here for Miami, and he and Daniels will tie up for it in that far corner. Made it back, Daskis kicked it free. Daniels up the far wing for Moust. He gets stripped free there by Daschke. Pletzky played it in behind the cage, and with it here up the near corner for Mercyhurst is Kyler Head. He will skate it. Playing up the near wing through center ice. Mouse chips in right wing over the RedHawk line in the far corner. Clement and Mouse tie up for it. Coming over the puck here is Kyler Head, playing it middle. Now the RedHawks steal that away. And they're up the ice, but then Mercyhurst gets in the way of a passing lane as Pletzky was trying to go over to Ryan Savage in the left wing, getting in the way of that. Kyler Head, it's dumped in behind the RedHawk net now by the Lakers. 4:36 to go in the second. Kane far corner for Mercyhurst. It's the breaks here, works it up the wing, back to the right point. A play by Townend that goes over the glass, out of play above the Miami net, kind of behind that area, and we will get a stoppage here with 4:26 to go in the second. Media timeout, 2-2 Miami and Mercyhurst, the tying goal by the Lakers, and that's where we stand here in the second period. Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. .426 remains here in the second period. Patrick Geshan, Luke West-Poley back with the Algonquin Ice Center, Steve Cady Arena on this Tuesday night. 2-2 tie, Miami and Mercyhurst. Shots led by the Lakers 22-15. Mercyhurst in the Atlantic Hockey League from Erie, Pennsylvania. Frank Crowder back with it here in the RedHawk zone. Played up the near wing, back in behind the Laker net. Norton on it here. Leave it up near wing for Riefenberger. RedHawks turn it over though at the left point of the offensive end. Daschke got control, stripped the puck away, back behind the net for Monty Grant. Played at far circle, get a penalty coming up here. And it's on Mercyhurst. Daschke winds up for a rip at the left point. We get a whistle here for a stoppage on the Laker touch-up. There'll be a hooking penalty coming up on Mercyhurst as the Daschke shot was blocked, and then Mercyhurst got a stick on it to stop the play. And as the RedHawks were working there on the far side of the offensive zone, Hunter's going to pick up the minor penalty for hooking. There was some hooking action, bodies colliding all over the place. They call it. Miami back to the power play for the second time tonight. RedHawks are 0 for 1 on the power play here this evening. Puck goes to the far corner. Barbolini's on it here for Miami. The puck trickles up through the far circle. Left point, Datsky's on it. Feeds it over on the far wing for Rigas. Rigas at the half wall. Back for Datsky, center blue line. Right point, Perry walks it down the boards. 2-2 game, Miami and Mercyhurst. RedHawks could really use a goal here late in the second. And they will clear it themselves out of the offensive zone as Barry trying to pass it up to the right point for Datsky. Went to his right and out back to center. Miami trying to get it over the Laker line here on the right wing. Grisak skates it down to the near corner. Rims it around the boards to the far half wall. Barbolini's on it, playing it down to the far corner. On it here is Rigas, back to the line for Datsky. Rigas left point, slides it right point for Barry. 1:10 to go in the power play. And Barry trying to pass it through the slot, put it into neutral ice, past Grisak's stick. Puck in the neutral zone, and Mercyhurst trying to change in front of their bench as the play was going on. They're going to get a too many men penalty here. You had a fire drill going on near the Mercyhurst bench as the puck went over there. And all kinds of bodies going off the bench, on the bench. They're getting too many men call. Coming over to serve it will be Dante Sheriff. And so Miami here, Luke, gets a minute and 1 second of 5-on-3 time in a 2-2 game with 3:03 to go in the second.
Yeah, this is a make-or-break opportunity right now. I mean, Mercyhurst ties up this game. They've been pressing on you for almost 15 straight minutes, and now they give you an opportunity to just take this game right back. And if you're not able to find the scoreboard here, at least get something positive towards the energy. This is a huge power play coming up for the RedHawks.
Draw to Johnson's right. Again, a minute and 1 second of 5-on-3 time for Miami. They win the draw. To the left point there is Daskis, played at center, blue line, Moulton, near circle. Fletcher, the one-timer, and he scores! PJ Fletcher got the stick up at his shoulders when the pass came over. He swiped it through, top shelf. On the glove side of Hank Johnson, the 5-on-3 goal. RedHawks retake the lead at 3-2, 2:55 to go in the second.
That was an absolute rocket from Fletcher. Miami caught Mercyhurst off the draw, kind of packed up. All three guys were down low, and so it was a shooting gallery from the outside at that point. He forced Hank Johnson to come across, and PJ Fletcher with an absolute laser. And now, pretty much an entire power play for the RedHawks, 5-on-4. Still a minute 52 of 5-on-4 time coming up.
Power play goal, first of the night for Miami, and PJ Fletcher with his 4th of the year. Moulton skates it over the RedHawks to the Laker line on the left wing, gave it up for Fletcher. That pass turned over and is cleared all the way down the ice into the RedHawks zone. Make or break moment, like you said, Luke. RedHawks made it. And they come out of their own zone here with 1:25 to go in this power play. The too many men power play. Daskis turning over the center circle. Crawford, here he comes with a slap shot wide left of the net, and a one-on-one down the other way with Daskis. And the puck was bouncing around there. Crawford kind of a knuckle puck slap shot. Never got a clean look. Daskis for Miami over the Laker line on the right wing will spin it around the boards. The far half wall, Perry on it here. Let it go. Here comes Mercyhurst. Mouse with it. Wide open break up the right wing. To the net. Mouse in on goal. Bad save by Pearson on the shot there. Went forehand, backhand. Now Mouse with it here in the far corner. Short-handed of the Lakers. And they are all over Miami in their own zone right now until the RedHawks finally get it back.
Mercyhurst had 3 guys low there on a penalty kill.
Here's Barry with it. Over the Laker line. Left wing. Played it near wing for Rigas. The pass behind him. Lakers easy clear on that loose puck all the way back to the Miami zone. Daskis with it, played it through the middle circle. Here comes Rigas, left wing feed for Barbolini over the Laker line to the middle. Grisak, I think, ripped that off the left post. Puck now far circle. Rigas back to the line. Daskey over there for Rigas, far circle. He'll shoot. Went off the blocker there of Johnson. Deflected far half wall with 10 to go in the power play for Miami. Daskey left point, slides it far half wall here for Rigas. He shoved off the puck there by Bonai. The puck came in front as Barbolini could not get a stick on it. Power play expires. Perry to the far circle. That pass got deflected, and here comes Sheriff with speed up the right wing. Got tripped up a little bit to the far corner. Backhand pass in front. One-timer Ripley sent it wide. Sheriff back with a puck, sends it up to the line. Walking to the left point, Norton the backhand play to the near side for Rippery. Let it go there for Drasner. Near half wall now is Greasock. Will lift this one out back to center and into the Mercyhurst zone. Townend on it here, near circle. Played it to the middle. With it is Sheriff over the Red Hawk line on the right wing. Got it back. Hippery near circle to shot. Pat St. Pearson, the rebound cleared last second by Drasner all the way down the ice. They waved the icing off. Olmsted got back deep late with 16 to go in the second period. 16 seconds. Graham spins around the backhand shovel in behind the Mercyhurst net. As the Lakers here trying to work it on their own zone. 6 seconds left. Puck loose in neutral ice. Back in the Red Hawks end it goes. Sinnard will play it in behind his net. Calm it down. And there is your 40 minutes gone by in the hockey game. 3-2 Miami over Mercyhurst after 2 periods. Shots 26-17 in favor of the Lakers. And yeah, RedHawks are being completely outworked right now. I think that's not even its objective, you could say. But Miami does find the back of the net on that P.J. Fletcher goal on the power play, the 5-on-3, so they have that going for them. But man, this is going to be a big third period coming up. Miami's got to dig deep here.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to be happy because you got outplayed for 15 minutes. You outplayed the other team for 5, and you ended up tying the period. So, yeah, it was a bit deflating to give up that tying goal, but that was kind of what Miami had coming to them after they just really sat in their zone and didn't really do much of anything for the majority of that period. But yeah, Mercyhurst, they opened the door wide open and Miami walked through to retake that lead. But yeah, like you mentioned, Patrick, I mean, huge third period coming up. And for Mercyhurst, I mean, you got to be happy. You don't take those 2 penalties. The one too many men is kind of just a bad balance, but you don't take that hooking penalty in front. You don't take either of those. And not only could this game still be tied, I mean, you could be talking about still potentially spending that time, you know, that 2 minutes in the offensive zone instead of the defensive zone on the penalty kill. You could have the lead in this game.
Yep.
Who knows?
So again, shots 26-17. Mercyhurst on top in that department here tonight. Power plays, Miami 1 for 3. Mercyhurst 0 for 1. This evening in the face-off circle, RedHawks lead that 23-18. Blocked shots, Mercyhurst has 10 of those to Miami's 5. And then your penalty minutes tonight, Mercyhurst is 6 to the RedHawks 2. So that is where you are standing statistically here after 40 minutes. The out-of-town scoreboard, Vermont 1, Holy Cross 1. They are just getting underway in the first period in Worcester at the Hart Recreation Center. It's the only other game going on tonight in Division I college hockey.
Some Hockey East and Atlantic action.
Vermont and Holy Cross. All right, 3-2 Miami over Mercyhurst after our second period of play, second intermission. 12 or 13-minute break here from Oxford, and we'll have the third period for you from Steve Cady Arena. Big one for Miami. Want to start out 2022 on a good note at home in non-conference play. Back in a moment, Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio, our second intermission. 3-2 Miami over Mercyhurst. We hit the third period here from Oxford, Ohio on a Tuesday night. Patrick Geshan, Luke West Poley with you on Red Hawk Radio. All right, Luke, 3-2 Miami. Got to protect the lead here, get the sweep in the home and home. How do you do it?
I think you got to come out with energy, at least a little more than what we saw in that last period. The RedHawks were really flat for the majority of that second. As you can tell, they're being heavily outshot right now, 26-17.
Yep.
And if you let Mercyhurst continue to press on you, they're going to score at least one in this period. So you got to start to get that puck into the offensive zone, put one in early, ideally.
Draw at center ice to get the third period underway. RedHawks move right to left across your radio here in the final frame of regulation. Mercyhurst will work it here in their own zone up to center ice. Monty Graham, the soccer kick. Working forward here and a bouncing puck over the Laker line on the right wing. Graham back with it, trying to center it. In front for Cady. The pass never connected. Norton got in the way of that for Mercyhurst in front of his net. Norton will chip in right wing to Dante Sheriff. In over the Red Hawk line on the right wing. Try to play it middle, but that was deflected around here in the circle and back to center ice. I think Dante Sheriff is the best name in college hockey this year.
I'd have to agree.
To the near circle, Red Hawk zone, tasking the give and go with Bray Crowder up the near wing. That one chipped to the center ice. Red line left side by Barry into the Lakers zone. It's rimmed around the boards, back to the middle. Resock was on it there, then turned it over. Here's McDougal, pushes it ahead. Mercyhurst over the Red Hawk line on the right wing. Fedulot played it to the corner, back to the line. Daniels will spin this one to the near side and behind the net. Barry on it here in the near corner. Will pass it right in front of his own net. Went off a skate back into the Mercyhurst offensive zone. Fedulot with a backhand look in the far circle. Pearson came up big with the save. We are 1 minute and 21 seconds into the third period. I mean, to me, the biggest eye-opener for Miami is the defensive zone puck handling. It's just been really not there tonight at all.
Yeah, and this is a Mercyhurst team that forechecks really, really hard, so you don't have a ton of time to do anything, and they just kind of throw the puck, it seems, and they just turn it over.
Draw to Pearson's right. Mercyhurst will win this one back into the neutral zone. Couldn't keep it in the offensive zone. Kane is with it. We'll play it to Hunter here behind the Laker net. Stopping is Philip Waugh. Far side was Hunter, who kind of coughed it up through the neutral zone, trying to skate it far wing. RedHawks get it back. Fletcher in his own end. Left wing feed, Red Savage in open ice. So the Laker line left wing, top the near circle shot. Rebound popped off the pads there of Johnson to the near half wall. Kane is on it for Hunter. Flips it cross ice to the left wing. Riefenberger was on it here, gave it up for Philip Waugh over the Red Hawk line, left side, played it back in behind the net. Sinnard in his own net for Miami, gave it up for Reichwitz in the far corner. Fletcher there, lost it. Noah Kane in the near corner for Sinnard. We'll work it up here on the near wing. On it here is Paul Mouse, playing it back to the right point. Norton for Mouse, top of the near circle, shot it off his skate and behind the net. Kane on it here for Mercyhurst. He's with it in the far corner. Up the boards, back to the left point. Norton has it right point now. Lakers here, just the puck possession in the offensive zone all over the RedHawks. Reichwitz finally now with it for Miami in the far corner of his own end. The give and go play with Sinnard. Back behind the net here for Reichwitz. Spun it off the boards in the backhand. Playing it up high, back to the neutral zone. Norton with it right side for Mercyhurst center ice. Red line, a shot right in on net. Pearson the glove save, stops the clock. 17:09 to go, third period.
Mercyhurst kind of picking up where they left off in terms of their start, what we saw back in that second period. Pretty good opening 3 minutes, a lot of puck possession.
Yep.
And now this energy line, the top one for Mercyhurst back out on the ice.
RedHawks won the draw on their own end. They'll play it up the far wing boards, trying to connect to Ryan Savage on a pass that came from Drasner. It did not hit though, and we will get an icing call here on Miami with 17:01 to go in the third period.
Yeah, it just seems like the RedHawks are kind of panicking with the puck a little bit at times, and they're just throwing it to the next guy, playing hot potato with it. That's not a recipe for possession. Eventually you're bound to just misplay it when you're trying to go too fast.
Yep. Draw to Pearson's right. RedHawks working out of their own zone, near side at center ice with it. Daskus spins it around the boards to the far corner. McDougal was on that, playing it up the near wing here to Pierce Crawford. Loose puck at center ice, near wing in front of the penalty boxes. Pletzky and Daniels fight for it. Ends up on Heineman's stick for Mercyhurst. He'll spin it over the red line here in the near wing and into the far half wall where Sheriff plays it in behind the net. Daskis on it here, gets it up to the far half wall. Sheriff cuts to the middle of the far circle. Loose puck here in the slot. And it's Pletzky to chip it off the glass here at center ice all the way down into the Mercyhurst zone. We get an icing call here on the Lakers. This in zone end near wing was McDougal. He tried a home run pass all the way down the ice to the Red Hawk line. Could not connect with a couple of Lakers in the area. The icing call here.
Heidemann threw his stick on the offensive blue line. He threw his stick and he touched it. And so he then argued with the official that shouldn't be icing. And the officials are going to agree with him after a conference.
Oh my gosh.
They're going to move the draw out to center. Wow, I don't know if I've ever seen that before. I mean, Heidemann literally threw his stick like a pitchfork and got a piece of that puck. It still went down for icing. Calls reversed, though. Face off at center.
Hey, in the Atlantic League, everything goes. Puck back in the Red Hawk zone. Hippery with it here, and a strong forecheck for Mercyhurst as they strip Graham of the puck. Now a pass picked off here by Olmstead. He'll skate it up the ice to the neutral zone. Right wing Ficasetti over the Laker line. A very high wrist shot glove down there by Johnson, who makes the cover. 5:54 to go. 15:54 to go, I beg your pardon. Here in the third period. Draw to Johnson's left. Shots are now 28-19, Mercyhurst. Matt Barry in this draw with Dom. Clean win for Barry, and then it get tied up in the circle, so Nordson will chase it to the far corner here in the Mercyhurst zone. Right behind the net, Townend plays it up the far wing. Lakers work it out. Mouse near wing feed over the Red Hawk line. Right side is head in the near corner. We'll skate it behind the Red Hawk net to the far side. Head pinched up against the boards by Drasner. Dom got the puck momentarily, back to the left point. Townend rips it around the boards to the near corner. Red Hawks with it, coming out of their own end. Reichwest, the backhand pass. 5 feet left of Matt Barry. They go all the way down the ice. It'll be an icing on the Red Hawks. 15:20 left here in the third. I think if I got a dime for every Red Hawk icing this season, I'd be able to buy myself a new laptop.
Yeah, it's been noticeable tonight for sure.
Toronto Pearson's right in the Red Hawk zone. 3-2 Miami. Early stages here in the third period. Red Hawks will try to take it out of their own end. Reichwest got it back to center ice. Crawford let it go for Daniels. Mercyhurst back in possession. Dante Sheriff. Back to McDougal. Up to the near wing. Center ice. Crawford let it go middle, but Reichwest picked off that centering pass. They battled for it in front of the penalty box doors near side center ice. Daniels pushes it forward over the Red Hawk line. Right wing. Reichwest spins it around the boards to the far side. Grabbing it there is P.J. Fletcher. They'll feed it near wing out of the reach of Daskey. Turned over to the Mercyhurst Lakers in their own zone, and it's sent up the near wing boards by Daniels. Heidemann got it over the Red Hawk line right wing, and Heidemann shot a wrister there. Went off a stick, I think, and out of play. In the far corner, and then we'll get a stoppage here with 14:38 to go in the third. 3-2 Miami over Mercyhurst. We're back in a moment. Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. 14:38 to go here in the third period. 3-2 Miami over Mercyhurst. Draw coming up to Pearson's left. And this time on the RedHawks zone near wing. Back to the line for Bonai. He'll fire it off the stick of Pearson to the near corner. Red Savage will skin it out of the RedHawks zone, feeding up the near wing for Barbolini. And over the Laker line here on the left side, playing it middle. And Crowder here on it, over the line on the right wing side, back to the near half wall. Dasky with a left point for the RedHawks in the offensive zone, playing it near corner. On a shot there that deflected in front of the net. Barbolini spins around with it here in the far corner. Will get it in behind the cage. Just holding on here to the puck. And this Wall will lock him up against the boards near corner. Ipri played it out to the middle. We get this puck going all the way down the ice for Mercyhurst. The icing waved off, too weak to get it all the way down. Dasky rips it around the boards here to the near side of center ice. Barbolini will play it behind the Laker net to the far corner. RedHawks a full 5-man change. 13:45 to go, third period. And Miami up by a goal on Mercyhurst, 3-2. Getting over the Laker line here on the right side. Play to the middle. Here's Ryan Savage over the Laker line on the left wing. Will take it to the corner. Play it back to the left point. Moulton slides it right point. Clement, the wrist shot wide right of the net. Got to the near half wall, and Ryan Savage pinched up against the boards there by Morton. Squirts up that near half wall. Pletzky on it for the RedHawks. Let it go there for Kane, who stripped it away from Mercyhurst. His pass in the middle to Cade Townend. And it's Kane with it over the RedHawk line to the right wing. Numbers. Pass to the middle, far circle. A shot there was ripped wide by Riefenberger. I think Pearson got his blocker on that, maybe. Puck deflects here to the near corner. We got a penalty coming up on the Lakers. As Jack Clement's stick was held by Dalton Hunter of Mercyhurst. And Hunter a bit shaken up. He is going to get the call here with 13 minutes even left in the third period. Another power play coming up for the RedHawks.
There's a point blast. I believe it came from Townend. And that came right into the midsection of Dalton Hunter. And he collapsed down on the ice. Unfortunately for him, though, he came down on Clement's stick. And when he was just kind of on the ground trying to gather himself, he had Clement sticking him the whole time, and the high referee called him for the hook. Another power play coming up for the RedHawks.
Miami 1 for 3 on the power play tonight. Mercyhurst wins the drop forward circle to clear it all the way down off the stick there of Bonai. So it is a 2-minute minor for holding the stick on Dalton Hunter. Barbolini got the feed for the RedHawks, near wing center ice. Tossed it back, Regis, cross ice look over the line on the right wing is Grisak. Spins it around far corner to the left point. Regis will play it in there to the near side where it's picked off by Bonai, and Mercyhurst will skate it out through the center circle. Moused over the RedHawk line here on the right wing in the near corner. Will take it in behind the RedHawk net. He's 1 against 3 right now, and then we'll dish it back to the neutral zone where Head will grab it, toss it back in his own end for Devon Daniels. They clear all the way down the ice for the Lakers.
Kill more time.
It's a penalty kill clinic tonight for them.
Yeah, it's been really, really good on those 2 that they've killed off.
1:05 to go, RedHawk power play. Dasky over the Laker line, right wing. Tossed it over there for Grisak, but it was turned over far circle and the clear all the way down the ice by Kyler Head. And then Pearson will stop it here for Matt Berry. Toss back for Dylan Moulton. In behind his own net. Feeds it right wing. Ryquist chips it over the Laker line here on the right side with 40 left here in the power play for Miami. Toss back to the line. Ryquist for Moulton. Left point. Escaped the zone off his stick. Yeah, Moulton and Reifenberger battling down the near side of center ice. Puck deflects back in the RedHawk zone, and it's Ryquist feeding it over on the far side here for PJ Fletcher. Fletcher right wing pass over there. Ryquist over the Laker line on the right wing. It's stripped to the puck a little bit by Townend. Sent it far half wall. 15 to go on the RedHawk man advantage. Townend loose puck in the far corner. Picked it up, cleared it. Ryquist kept it in. Fletcher was on it here for Miami. And then let it go back to center ice. Ipri played it forward. St. Ange over the RedHawk line left wing. The shot. Pearson the save with a breadbasket there. And Pearson has come up with big saves all night long as the power play expires for Miami. 10:50 left in our third period. Siddard the near wing feed. Here's Cassetti with it for the RedHawks. This is right wing. Trasner center ice. Dumps it into the far corner. Mercyhurst zone in behind the net. Philip Wallana here will spin it around the boards to the far side center ice. Escape to Rasner's stick. And here comes Sheriff with a far corner for the Lakers. As Red Savage pinches up against the boards of the puck, and then somehow that escapes up and out of play. Crawford came in for Mercyhurst. I think he was trying to clear that one off his skate up and out with 10:25 to go here in the third.
And man, the 5-on-4, Mercyhurst has just played so well in the penalty kill all night. Miami's one conversion on the power play came on that 5-on-3. Mercyhurst was a little bit discombobulated, but you kind of alluded to it during the power play. They're just putting on a clinic defensively on those 5-on-4 penalty kills, and another big one to keep them in it here midway through this third.
Toronto Pearson's right. Red Savage wins it back to the far corner for Miami. Daschke's on it here for the RedHawks. Playing up to the far half wall. On it now is Fletcher up the far wing. Off the stick of Daschke to the far corner of the Mercyhurst zone. Sheriff works to the far half wall. Crawford back on it here. Plays it across the ice. Sheriff over the Red Hawk line on the right wing. Tossed it back. Erebach wide open look. Shot it wide right on the net. Back to the left point. A rip there on the one-timer by Crawford. Was a blocker saved by Pearson. Crawford back with a left point. Spins it down to the far corner. Crowder on it here. Back up to the far half wall. Here's Garabach. Center blue line. A shot through traffic. Redhawks pick it up 3-on-2 the other way, Miami. Red Savage over the Laker line here on the left wing. Will toss this one back in behind the net. Feed it right point for Moulton as Miami sets up here in the offensive zone. Moulton top of the far circle. Daschke a shot. Nice pad save there. The rebound. They score. The initial shot deflected all the way out to the top of the far circle, and I think Matt Barbolini will get credit for this. Did Daschke shoot that?
Yeah.
Daschke shot it, deflected off Barbolini in front of the net. 9:28 to go in the third. 4-2 Miami, and the lucky bounces continue.
Yeah, and just getting traffic in front of the net where the RedHawks, a couple of white jerseys in front. Daschke's initial one-timer just went straight into the traffic, but he was able to collect the rebound. And the second shot wasn't incredibly hard. He just kind of threw it at the net. Not sure if the intent was to get the tip on the back door or what. And now I think we're going to get a challenge for Mercyhurst. And it's going to be for goaltender interference because that was kind of an awkward tip from Matthew Barbolini. It wasn't like he was standing in that shot lane for Derek Daschke. He was kind of off to the side, and Daschke almost shot it at him across the net, and he deflected it in. But yeah, it wasn't any type of screen. He wasn't blocking the view of Hank Johnson at all, so maybe some contact off to the side we'll have to see.
There's a bang-bang play, so I wasn't really watching the front of the net. I don't think you were either. We were looking at the puck, bouncing all around there in the far circle, but Daschke 2 chances at the shot, and then it was Barbolini who ended up tipping it in front. So if it stands, Barbolini would get the goal, assisted by Daschke, and Dylan Moulton would get the third assist. And that would be the 7th of the year for Barbolini, who has been a huge part of the RedHawks' offensive attack this season. So one of those games, though, for Mercyhurst, and of course Miami's been on the side of it all the time, as we'll get our review here still ongoing, that, I mean, Mercyhurst has outshot Miami 32-20 in this game. They just can't get anything past Ludwig Pearson, and so Mercyhurst has got to feel some really bad vibes in their bench right now, frustrated vibes, because the RedHawks have gotten all the bounces tonight. Yeah,
I mean, it's been really streaky for Miami. You can tell that they have a lot of skill when they go in the offensive zone and pretty much generate a chance at will. But then after that'll happen, they'll go and get outworked in their own zone by Mercyhurst for 4 or 5 straight minutes. And yeah, like you said, it's got to be a little bit frustrating for the Lakers to have as many good opportunities as they've had to this point. And I mean, you're just up against a hot goaltender in Ludwig Pearson. He's been playing really, really big tonight. And I mean, there's still time left in this game, and if there's one positive you can take out of that for Mercyhurst moving forward, it's that you're going to continue to generate chances. And, you know, hopefully you can just break through in these final 9:28 at least once, trying to generate something positive moving forward.
Still a review here for goaltender interference on this potential 4th Miami goal. Both referees and Brian Hankus and Joe Sullivan are still looking at the monitor. The headset's now off, and they will get our call here. Joe Sullivan referees hockey is kind of a side hustle. His normal day job is being a golf pro in St. Louis. It's a pretty good life.
That is.
You got golf and hockey. All right, here we go. Joe Sullivan with a call.
Following video review, call on the ice hands.
All right. Not enough evidence there to overturn the call. And so with 9:28 to go in the third period, it's 4-2 Miami. Barbolini gets credit for the goal. He got the tip in there from Daschke. As Joe Sullivan over to talk to Rick Godkin, the head coach of Mercyhurst.
And I mean, if you're Rick Godkin, though, I mean, that's pretty much a no-brainer to challenge.
That's exactly what I was going to say, yep.
You got to keep your team in the game, and even winning a review like that can kind of give your team some momentum in a one-goal hockey game potentially. Yep. So good decision there. Doesn't pay off for him, but I can understand the rationale behind it.
A whistle here after the center ice draw for a penalty. Right after the face-off, Joey Cassetti's going to go for the RedHawks for high sticking. So that'll make things a lot more interesting here. 4-2 RedHawks take the new lead, but Mercyhurst to the power play when we come back. 9:21 to go, third period. It's Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. .21 left, third period. Back to the power play goes Mercyhurst on a 2-minute minor for high sticking to Joey Cassetti. Mercyhurst 0 for 1 on the power play tonight. The draw will come to Pearson's right with 9:21 again to go in the third period. Big time power play chance here for the Lakers. Norton with a right point. Mercyhurst wins the offensive zone draw to start the man advantage. Left point goes over there for Townend. Now on the far side with it is Dante Sheriff. Nearly shoved off the puck there by Sinnard. Battling for it here is Austin Heineman to the far corner. Clement was on it, digging away there with Sinnard. Still the battle goes on in that far corner of the Red Hawk zone. It's been lasting here about 30 seconds with 1:30 left in the Mercyhurst power play. Finally squirts free. Lakers pick it up here, far circle, dish it back to the left point. Townend down the far boards. Plays it to the corner. Sheriff works it up for Townend. And then he locks up against those half-wall boards with Barbolini, who plays it middle. Red Savage on the puck. Very patient through the neutral zone. Will clear it all the way down behind the Laker net. Johnson stopped it there for Sheriff. Now it's Norton with it with 1:03 to go in the power play. Norton played it left side of the center ice red line there for Crawford. Now Sheriff on the near side trying to get it over the Red Hawk line, but can't. Nice pressure there in the center circle by Graham. The puck squirts free to the Mercyhurst zone, but Mercyhurst there will shut it down. They outnumbered the Red Hawks on the play. Sheriff will skate it through the center circle. Take the serpentine route. The right wing feed to Norton will dump it in. Sling it over the Red Hawk line on the right side. Back to the near corner is Daschke. Buck went over his stick. Norton fired it wide right of the net for the Lakers. Heineman back to the left point for Kane. Spins it around the boards and behind the net. To the near corner here for St. Onge. 23 to go in the power play. Norton to the left point. With it here is Kane. He has some trouble against. There was Moulton there, but it's kept into the zone. Now in the near wing is Mercyhurst trying to keep this one inside. They will. St. Onge to the left point with it. Here is Kane. Will shoot it through the circle. Get blocked down. Another try in front. St. Onge was shut down by Pearson. Power play's over. We're back to 5-on-5. Kane far half wall for Mercyhurst. Skates it through the far corner. Pass it front. Shot wide left of the net. And a one-timer there. A soft one by Crawford. Puck ends up near circle Miami zone. Cassetti works it out through neutral ice. And we'll get stripped there by Daniels trying to get it over the Laker line. Riefenberger with it over the Red Hawk line on the right wing. We'll take it behind the net. Toward the attacking zone here. Riefenberger right point with it. After taking a full lap around the ice inside that blue line. A little battle here up top in the Mercyhurst zone. Daniels comes away for the Lakers. Daniels drive to the net. The backhand shot. Pearson pad save. RedHawks with the rebound. Barry flips it out to center, but the Lakers right back on it in the center circle. McDougal gave it up for Daniels. The dump in over the Red Hawk line on the right wing. Clement will pick it up for Miami. Here in the far corner. Spin it back behind the cage. Dylan Moulton on it now for the Red Hawks near side. Will flip it out back to center. All the way down. Bonai was on it. Played here to the near wing in the circle. In the Red Hawk zone, Barry hit hard against the boards by Daniels. Puck ends up on Bonai's stick. Works it up the near wing. Fengelov will clear it all the way down the ice into the Red Hawks end where Crowder plays it off near wing glass. Into the Lakers zone. Barry will pick it up deep in the zone. Near circle feed. Greasock, fan on the shot. Fengelov got a stick in there. Tasky a shot. Deflects in front. Nobody can get a stick on it in front. Back to the right point. Crowder, the shot wide right of the net. Barry to the goal line. The shot there came off the stick of a Red Hawk. That was Greasock, and he got shoved over. No call. The arms will stay down. Ipri with it here for Mercyhurst. Over the Red Hawk line, right wing. Fengelov wound up for a one-timer. The bouncing puck came off the end boards in front. Nobody could get a stick on it again. That was Ipri who tried for Mercyhurst. And it's Fletcher who will play it over the Laker line here on the left wing. Into the Mercyhurst 10 with 5:25 to go in the third. Stays here on the far half wall. Mercyhurst trying to work it out of their own zone. They will up the near wing. Tipped off the glass, back to the Red Hawk zone. Ryquist up ahead here for Fletcher. Will skate it out through the middle. Left wing feed, Red Savage over the Laker line. Will hit the brakes, top the near circle. Play it near wing. Ryquist spins around off of head, trying to defend the puck. Fired a wrist shot. Pat save made there by Johnson to the far half wall. Lakers work it out over the Red Hawk line on the right wing. Head will swipe it forward, loose in front. Pearson, 2 saves there, pops out to the slot. Town in a shot. That got blocked down off Barbolini's leg, and it's cleared back to center by the Red Hawks. Daniels in his own end for Mercyhurst. Being chased down by Ryan Savage. Savage wins the puck at a stick check, and then tried to pass it near circle, but they turn over again. Savage with it up high in the slot, and a shot there. The wrister is gloved down by Johnson with 4:32 to go in the third period. 4-2 Miami over Mercyhurst. Our media timeout. Red Hawks try to close it out. When we come back, it's Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. .432 to go, third period. 4-2 Miami over Mercyhurst. Patrick Geshan, Luke West pulley back of the air, high above the ice. 37-24, the shots on goal in favor of the Lakers. Will have a offensive zone draw coming up for Miami here on the timeout to the left of Johnson. So here Miami close out the game.
Yep, just gotta play strong, disciplined hockey the last 4:32. Nothing crazy given up. Any kind of momentum swing to let Mercyhurst back in this game.
Puck here in the Mercyhurst zone. And behind the Laker net, cleared around the boards by Norton, back up the near wing. Here's Sheriff with it. The left wing pass there for Cade Townend. Dumps it in over the Red Hawk line on the right wing. To the near side it goes. Heidemann plays it up to the right point for Norton. Back for Heidemann near circle. Skates it down into that near corner. Will spin around off the puck. Skate it up the boards again. Dishes off from Norton, playing it down below the goal line. Clement, the backhand, pass there that turns into a clear that goes back to center ice, and Heidemann will play it over here on the far wing. Playing through the center ice area, went off Pletsky's stick. Sheriff now with it for Mercyhurst. Oh, the Red Hawk line right wing, a shot, went over the net, top right corner. McDougal comes in to keep it in left point. The puck deflected there. Sheriff trying to feed it in front from behind the cage. It went in front, nobody home though for Mercyhurst. Homestead picks it up. Gets to the center ice red line right wing to dump it in far corner, and Ipri on it here for the Lakers. McDougal got lost there, stripped the puck by Homestead. Back to the right point for Crowder, rims it around the boards and behind the net. Geshan on it here, the backhand play in front. Homestead tried to spin around shot there, went off a pad. And then the near side play by Dasky from the half wall to shoot it in on net. Glove save by Hank Johnson with 3:16 to go in the third.
It's a good start coming out of the media timeout. Just keep your foot on the gas for a couple of minutes. Mercyhurst looks to be tiring a little bit as their bench is getting shortened here down the stretch, but just gotta get something to boost your team here in these final minutes.
They are short a few bodies because of COVID. Draw to the right of Johnson coming up. Olmsted will take it for Miami against Riefenberger of Mercyhurst. One to the near wing. RedHawks keep it in left point. Crowder sent it in behind the Laker net. Bow and eye on it here. The backhand play up the far wing. Here's Riefenberger over the RedHawk line left wing. Playing it forward. Cannot reach. Paul Mouse still with it. Spun around the boards here to the near corner. Bow and eye on it for Mercyhurst. Lays it up the right point. Head will shoot it. Nice save with a pad by Pearson. You probably heard that. And the deflection it took off of the rubber of Pearson's pads. He made the cover right there with 2:51 to go in the third. Are pads made of rubber?
I think it's kind of like a foam
Should be
type
something
substance.
I know.
Something.
Trout Pearson's left coming up. 2:51 to go in the third. 4-2 Miami over Mercyhurst. RedHawks trying to start 2022 out on a good note at home. Clean win in the offensive zone for Mercyhurst. Heineman will send it around the boards to the far corner. Sheriff was on it there. Tied up with Red Savage. Picking up the puck was Kane. Spun it around the boards to the right point. Norton sends it in behind the net. Norton in front. The shot, they score! No, they say no goal. I think that went in. Crawford had it right in the blue paint, top left corner. Snipe. Referee said no goal. He shot in on Pearson here with 2:24 to go. The net is empty for Mercyhurst as they pull Johnson. It's sent all the way back down the ice. We're going to definitely have a review of the next whistle.
Pearson gave the empty netter a try there.
Yeah. RedHawks here was still the empty net. Red Savage plays it over the line. Zippery with it in his own net for Mercyhurst. Goes to the far corner with a play. Is Townend on it now for the Lakers. Chips it up through the neutral zone. Sheriff on it. Near wing feed Ippery over the RedHawk line. Still the empty net for Mercyhurst. Inside 2 to go here in the third period. RedHawks lifted out to center on the near wing. Norton played it forward all the way down the ice. This will be an icing here on the Lakers. As they pass there trying to get it into the zone from in front of the red line. Did not connect with anybody, and now we will get our review, I believe, on that shot. Yep.
So this is a little bit interesting because generally when those type of things happen, they get reviewed right away during the play.
Dead. Yep.
Yeah, and yeah, generally you're going to hear the horn go off in the middle of the play. They'll blow it dead and run back the clock. I got to tell you, I was sure that puck went in.
I would put money on it.
Yeah, I mean, It hit off the elbow in the left part of the post, just right into that corner, and it kind of hit that spot where it bounces straight back out where it came from. But I mean, you could see that from up here. I'm pretty sure that puck went in. And Dante Sheriff, who was standing in front of the net for Mercyhurst, I don't know if he got a stick on it or what, but he was in the face of the official as soon as it happened during play, actually. Yep. But he was pretty adamant that puck went in, and I think he's got a pretty good case.
1:46 to go in the third. Now, if the goal does count, they're going to put more time on the clock. 4-2 Miami, so if this goal does count on the review that's happening right now, it would be 4-3. The review is over with. So we'll get our call here from our referee, Brian Hankus.
After further review, the call on the ice is reversed. We have a good goal.
Yep, it did go in. So the Lakers have made it a one-goal game. Let's see how much time goes on the clock, if any. I'm not sure about the rule on that either. I mean, do they put time on?
They would put the time back on the clock, and there it is. So they put almost 40 seconds back on that clock. It went from 1:46 all the way up to 2:34. And how about this now? I don't know if that dampens the momentum at all to have a play blown dead and then have to review it to get a goal, but nonetheless, Mercyhurst within one.
And 2:34 to go in the third. RedHawks after the center ice draw, working in front. Regish trying to center it. The attempt blocked down there by Norton. Mercyhurst works it up. Still plenty of time in a one-goal game. Now we get a whistle for a hand pass here as the play was moving back toward the RedHawk zone. I think the Lakers maybe get this call. I didn't see exactly what happened, and now we're going to get all the referees talking about it.
So
they say the draw will go into the Miami end here, so it was on Miami.
yeah, it was hand passed into the Miami zone, and then a player filling in, I believe that was Bray Crowder, came in and touched it. And now the goalie's going to come off. 6 skaters on for this draw for the Lakers.
2:20 left, third period. Johnson off the ice for Mercyhurst, the empty net. But before that, a timeout called by their head coach, Rick Godkin.
I think this might have been called by Miami.
Or was it?
Couldn't quite hear the official,
I
but
couldn't either.
looked like Chris Bergeron might have called timeout.
It is Miami they announce.
So, interesting. I don't know the ruling. Are you allowed to change on a hand pass in college?
You can.
You can.
Because they were allowing them to change. But nonetheless, you got a draw coming up here in the RedHawks zone. 2:20 left, third period. The net is empty for Mercyhurst. The Lakers trail 4-3.
And if you're Chris Bergeron here, I think the strategy, I guess, behind it would just be to clear up a little bit of the confusion. Because honestly, you know, it's been a pretty weird last 30 seconds or so of game time. You had the empty net situation, and then the goal, everything gets called back, and you have this weird hand pass thing happen. Now all of a sudden you've got it in your defensive zone. Just call a timeout. Make sure that everything that you've gone over defensively and structurally is in your players' heads, because you got some defending to do here with just over 2 minutes to go, now only up a goal.
Toronto Pearson's left after the timeout, so Mercyhurst still has their timeout left. Going to be Crawford in the drop for the Lakers with Red Savage of Miami, and Mercyhurst with a contested puck here in the circle will win it. Again, they have the empty net, 6-on-5. Norton, right point, shoots it in, blocked down, traffic in front. RedHawks clear it all the way down the ice. It will not be enough for an icing. And oh my God, they give it to him. It is an icing. Norton was, I would say, inches away from that puck, and Eric Frank, our good friend, whistles an icing there. I love Eric, but he caught me off guard there.
It was rolling. It was kind of weird. And watch out. Mercyhurst lines up really weird on this draw. Look, Dante Sheriff's kind of hidden on the near side of the ice away from everybody. Keep an eye on that.
Draw to Pearson's right. Mercyhurst wins it back to the left point. With it, here's Town. The shot, they score! Got deflected on its way in. And this game is tied at 4 with 1:58 to go in the third period. Mercyhurst overcomes the 2-goal deficit to tie it at 4.
And just remaining persistent. That's the key, right? I mean, Miami gives you nothing. Just all kinds of chances, and you're just shut down by Ludwig Pearson over and over and over again. But all it takes is a couple of minutes. Mercyhurst not discouraged at all. They keep it up. Well-deserved tying of this game.
They have worked hard all night long. It finally pays off late. 1:50 left here in the third. We're tied at 4 apiece. It was 4-2. Miami just minutes ago. Fedulov over the line on the right wing, plays it in there on Pearson. The goal scored by Cade Townend with the empty net. Sears still with offensive pressure. Shot for the left point and went off a stick wide of the net. Krisak will spin it all the way down the ice. Back into the Mercyhurst zone. And here is Philip Waugh for the Lakers. Doing play for Bonai. Chipped it ahead at center ice. Barry over the Laker line in the left wing. Runs it around the boards to the far corner. Olmstead gave it up for Krisak. Plays it near corner. With it here is Matt Barry, play to the middle. Shot by Crowder, blocked down, far circle. Olmstead shot over the net, he missed it. Near corner with it is Olmstead. 1:04 to go in the third, we're tied at 4. Crowder left point, right point Daschke shoots it wide right of the net. RedHawks still in the offensive zone, near corner. Bray Crowder, the D-man, playing deep. Loose in the circle, goes to the far side. Nobody is there for the RedHawks. St. Ange will try to work it out for Mercyhurst. Now you get a whistle for an offside. As Daschke was there trying to play a keep in on the right point, but there was bodies inside the zone for the RedHawks on the other side of the ice. 48.5 to go, third period, tie game at 4. Neutralized draw, one back to the right wing at the line, the red line for Jack Clement. RedHawks working in the zone and the dump in there. Bolton left point sends it down into the zone on the far corner. Olmstead there will work this one in behind the goal line. Monty Graham is trying to kick it free here against Devon Daniels. Back to the right point, Clement slides it left point. Moulton, the shot, a very weak wrister in that was gloved down by The goaltender and Johnson there without much traffic, and then Monty Graham is in a shouting match with a Laker down by the net. That needs to be separated by the linesman. I'm not sure if we'll have penalties here or not. I don't think we will in a tie game at 4 with 24.6 left in the third period. Draw to the right of Hank Johnson. And the offensive zone for Miami. It was 4-2 Miami with 2.5 to go in this game. Mercyhurst tied it up a little over a minute after that. Mercyhurst with a win here with 20 seconds left. They'll scan it out of their own zone. Sheriff in over the RedHawk line to the left wing. Ties up here in the corner with Heidemann. Tasky strips the puck away in behind the net. Plays it on the right side here for Crowder. Lifts it all the way down the right wing. This is going to be most likely an icing here on Mercyhurst, and it is with 3.2 to go in the third.
Oh, man.
What was that? I mean, that was as if it was a penalty kill. Crowder in the far corner of his own zone just fired it all the way down the right wing.
Yeah, I think the idea was to get it to Barbolini in the middle, but that was just
it was
he just shot it way too hard off the glass. Yeah, it was one of those plays where it should have been a kind of a chip off the glass, and instead it was just a cannon all the way down, and now you got a big face-off coming up. Brian Savage to Red Savage to take it for the RedHawks.
3.9 to go, third period, and it's won by the RedHawks, who will calm it down to their own end. And so we have a tie game at 4 that will go to overtime here from Oxford at the end of regulation. What a comeback by Mercyhurst. We will have the overtime coming up in a couple of minutes here, but 4-2 game, 2:34 to go, I think it was in the third period. Mercyhurst scores that weird goal that went in. They didn't think so initially. They review it. They say it went in. So the clock reset. And then Mercyhurst ties it up about a minute later on the game clock.
Yeah, I mean, that's as good of an ending for the road team as you can imagine. But for Miami, that's a really tough way to end things. And before we make any, huge assumptions about this game, we still do have an overtime to play. I think the one positive for the RedHawks is that I thought they responded really well after that second goal. That can be incredibly deflating after you blow a 2-goal lead. And they spent pretty much the rest of that time in the last minute and a half or so in the Mercyhurst zone. But yeah, I mean, that was just a really tough sequence defensively for the RedHawks. Tough to watch. That last goal is probably one that Ludwig Pearson would want back. It was just kind of a shot that snuck over his pad and underneath his glove squeezed through. But I mean, you can't ask the guy to make every save, and that's exactly what the RedHawks have done tonight, and they got punished for it in the end. And
he's seen 41 shots tonight. He's saved 37 of them. So he can only come up so big so many times.
Yeah, I mean, he's saving over 90% of shots right now. That's all you can ask a goalie to do.
You don't blame Ludwig Pearson at all for this loss if it turns into a loss for Miami.
Yeah, and you think about, 90% is kind of the benchmark, you could say, for goalies in terms of save percentage, but for every single shot that he gives up, it becomes harder and harder and harder as you get more fatigued. And we're going to get some overtime here. Pearson may see even more action moving forward in these 5 minutes. And honestly, this 3-on-3 may play right into the hand of Mercyhurst because they play really, really fast. You look at some of the guys in their lineup, they've got some wheels, and when you give them space, this should be really interesting to watch how they can play with more ice.
They're a good puck possession team, too. I mean, if you look at the time of possession tonight, if we had that stat, Mercyhurst would have been all over Miami in that stat tonight. So the team switch sides. Again, our 3-on-3 overtime here for 5 minutes. That's the new regulation overtime for the NCAA, the new rule. RedHawks move left to right across your radio in the OT period. And it's Ippery with it for Mercyhurst after the center ice draw. Taking it over the RedHawk line to the left wing, and then he'll scan it back into zone end. Miami has Daschke, Red Savage, and Barbolini on the ice. Ippery with it here for Mercyhurst over the RedHawk line on the right wing. Plays it near side, McDougall here in the circle. McDougall in the corner will take it in behind the RedHawk net. It's kind of a screen was set there, basketball style by Fedulov. Back to the line is Ippery, middle of the ice. Tosses over, the pass off McDougall's stick, goes back to center. And on it here is Fedulov for the Lakers. Fedulov takes it over the RedHawk line here on the left wing through the near circle. Barbolini stripped the puck away. And Barbolini now will pass it forward, the give and go with Derek Daschke. Barbolini over the Laker line here on the right wing through the circle. Dangle move to the net, the shot And a save made there by Johnson with the breadbasket held on as Barbolini trying to stuff it 5-hole to stop the clock with 4:08 to go in the overtime.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Barbolini, just trying to do it himself. Mercyhurst did a decent job. They had a couple guys on the offensive side of the puck. When Barbolini got the interception in their own zone, they were able to cover it pretty well, but a good individual effort nonetheless.
Draw here to the left of Johnson in the Mercyhurst zone. RedHawks win it. Far circle, PJ Fletcher. Fresh 3 out there for Miami. Fletcher here takes it in the slot, trying to bang his way to the net. Can't do so around Sheriff. Puck is loose here in the far corner. Mercyhurst picks it up 2-on-1, maybe the other way. Here's Norton over the RedHawk line right wing with Heidemann. Norton the shot, loose in front of Pearson. He made the stop, and Miami back with it in transition. Fletcher over the Laker line on the right wing in the circle. Backhand feed, Rodriguez back in front. Fletcher! What a save by Johnson! He slid over from the left post and made the breadbasket save and a wide open one-timer from the slot. Game-saving save there by Hank Johnson to keep us in overtime with 3:36 to go.
Wow, that was a great save. He just had to move all the way across the net and come up big. Huge stuff there from Hank Johnson.
SportsCenter top 10 nominee. You think?
Absolutely. In overtime, too.
Townend with it here, the pass to the far side. Mercyhurst wins it, draw on their own end. Here's St. Onge over the RedHawk line in the left wing in the near corner. Works it up to the far circle, played it back right point. Townend. And they get it in front. St. Onge, wide open break to the net. He scores! Forehand, backhand, St. Onge. Past the pad of Pearson. And Mercyhurst comes in to steal it away from Miami. 5-4, the comeback win. What a performance by the Lakers in the last 5 minutes of the game. And a 5-4 win for the Lakers, who completely shock the RedHawks on their home ice tonight. St. Onge gets the goal. And even strength in overtime, in Miami and Mercyhurst will split this home and home in 2021 and 2022. St. Onge got the feed right in the middle, broke through everybody, backhand, forehand pass, Pearson in the net. 5-4 Mercyhurst wins.
Yeah, St. Onge just kind of snuck his way in to that slot. No one really noticed him, and he made a really, really nice move. But what a win this is for Mercyhurst on the road. And I mean, we've compared this so many times to the LIU game, but that's really what it reminds you of. I mean, Miami just got outplayed today. You think about, you know, Mercyhurst, maybe they were down late in this game, yes, and that they had to score 2 goals in the final couple minutes to come back and eventually win this in overtime. But, I mean, this was a deserved win for the Lakers. They were the better team today, and, you know, they're fortunate they were able to get the result. They got some good bounces toward the end of this one, but I mean, huge win for the Lakers on the road. Split the home and home with an NCHC team, and fun bus ride back to State Street in Erie, Pennsylvania tonight.
Don't get off the Peach Street exit. State Street. My gosh, what a win for Mercyhurst. Rick Godkin, you got to be really happy for him. Such a great guy. He's been with that program 34 years. He has seen ups, he has seen downs. What a win for his team here tonight as the RedHawks fall to the Lakers 5-4. And yes, that 6-hour bus ride through Ohio into Pennsylvania will be a lot of fun for this Lakers team. Your final shots, 42-29. Mercyhurst leads that department, and the RedHawks are back home for a league series this weekend. Friday night, Colorado College comes to town, 7:05 to start Friday, and then Saturday at 5:05 for the RedHawks, who again play 3 home games this week, back home Friday and Saturday. What are your final thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, this was a tough way to lose this game for the RedHawks. Yep. I mean, how many bad breaks does it seem that you can get? Not only do you not really bring too much energy throughout, but despite all that, you still find yourself leading by 2 goals late. And the fact that you weren't able to finish that off, I mean, really just a tough way to start the year for Chris Bergeron in the squad. But you got to reset because you got a big series coming up this weekend. 2 very winnable games in conference play. I mean, Colorado College, if you're being honest, is the team that is probably closest to Miami in terms of skill level if you're just going to try to fight them straight up. And so that's a big series coming up here at home this Friday and Saturday. RedHawks got to hit the reset button. This is a really tough one, but yeah, for Mercyhurst, I mean, can't be overstated how big of a win this is for them. Really well deserved. They really played their tails off tonight in all 3 zones, and just a fantastic win for the road team.
100%. So RedHawks again fall 5-4 to Mercyhurst in overtime tonight. Come from behind thriller for the Lakers. Again, we're back on the air with you Friday night. Miami Hockey back on Red Hawk Radio against Colorado College. We're on the air again 7 o'clock Friday in the East Coast, Eastern Time, for that series, Game 1 with the Tigers this weekend. For Luke Westpoli, everybody else behind the scenes, Patrick Geshan saying so long good night from Oxford, Ohio, Steve Cady Arena. What a win for Mercyhurst, 5-4 over the RedHawks. Thanks for listening to this presentation of Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio.